I'm gonna say this about Big Dog Philly OG. You ain't gotta never worry about me coming over there to your panel again, buddy, because I barely come over there anyway. I try to come over there when there's an interesting conversation. I see people on your panel consistently talking about what we need to do. These people have done this, people have done this. How can y'all promote healing in our nation when y'all can't even heal yourself? How can y'all promote people that are disrespectful to the women of this nation that have actually birthed the life and the energy into this atmosphere? We have men that sit up on panels, they call women bitches and this, and that, and then they can turn around and promote and talk about healing of the nation and what's being done. It's so weird to me. What's going on? I don't understand the weirdness of this issue. But we're gonna talk about something very important here, guys. I wanted to share with you since we talked about some important things of our people from California that we're taken advantage of. Yes, after talking about Miss Mary Ellen Pleasant, we are definitely going to get into some more information here because I think it's very important and pertinent for us to see this stuff that be going on because they be just doing the most, right? Let look at this. Look at this. I want y'all to see this. July 23rd, this happened. July 23rd, this year, 2021, Los Angeles County returned $75 million in land back to, it says, a black family, but we know this is back to an Aboriginal family, the Bruce family. Bruce family, hey, Bruce family. Y'all won y'all property back. That's right. That's how you do it. That's how y'all show out. That's what y'all do. Y'all make sure y'all let people know that we're not standing for it. Our people are coming back to take our stuff back. We don't want to hear nothing y'all got to say. Y'all play. Yes, Vegan, I did get it. I did get it, brother. I just got home. Unfortunately, was back at the emergency room. But yeah, just getting back home, brother. I jumped up here. I wanted to continue a part two from Mary Ellen Pleasant, but I will do that a little more with some more in depth information. Someone wants to talk about some things with me, and I'll be bringing that up then. Thanks, bro. I can't wait to listen to it so I could see. I haven't even listened to them, Vegan. I'm on it, bro, because you already know tomorrow my show. So whichever one I like the best, I see you sent a few of them, bro. I'm playing it. Yes, yes, yes. I've been looking forward to it. I just can't wait. So yes, yeah, guys, we gotta make sure that we know what's going on right now. Peace to the chat. Peace to the chat. We got to get it together. We be having these people up on these panels, right? They'll sit up there, oh yes, the nation's this, and we need to pull together, and we need to do this, and we need to do that, and all this and all that. Listen, if you're talking like that, you need to make sure you got a pure heart. I don't want nobody like these people with these impure hearts and these nasty spirits, this disgusting, filthy energy, disrespectful to women. Yeah. He was hating on me from the beginning, bro. He was in my chat last week because I ignored his message in my chat. He put a message in my chat. So since I didn't highlight his message, I intentionally went over it because the previous time I was on a panel with him, he was rude and disgusting to me as he always is. He's such a hater. I don't know what feminine energy his wife needs to talk to him about, but he needs to get it together. I really don't like that. And the fact that Big Philly had the nerve to block me because I was remarking about him calling me a bitch in my own chat. He had the nerve to come in my own chat and call me a bitch, like fucking weirdo. Excuse me, y'all, but I don't know what's up with that dude. Ever since I called him out about trying to take my information and spread it on Brother Sanchez's channel because he wanted to get some light shed on him. He was miscrossing the information, told it wrong, and I had to correct him. I guess he felt bad because he tried to resurface my information that hadn't been spoken on before. But you can't mock my words, especially if you don't know the truth from inside. You're not going to spit it right. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to make sure I correct you on something that you're saying that I said, and you're trying to give some incorrect fact. So ever since then, it's been a hate. It's a jealousy. He's been hating on me because I'm putting out content. I'm not up on the panels just chatting. I don't get on the panels to chat, guys. Y'all may see me all over a lot of times. When I get up there, I'm up there to spit about some information. I'm up there to share with y'all. I'm up there to show something that you may not have seen before. I'm up there to enlighten people. I'm up there to open portals in the mind so people can see things that they have not seen, they've been kept in the dark about. And I can't help that if that information is something that people are drawn to because they want to be enlightened. And it's so sad. I get so much hate from these men on these YouTube street because they so jealous and their hearts are so evil. But all the time they want to act like they want to build something. They want to build in a community, but all they can do is sit up in their house all day long and sit up on YouTube and talk about what they're going to build. But you're not making any action. Like, come on, make some use of yourself. Make some use of yourself. Peace, blessings, love, and energy to my fabulous chat because y'all everything. I know that everybody that comes in here, they know I got something for y'all. They know that I am here to deliver some type of information. I don't want to waste y'all time and I don't like to play games. So let's get right to the information. I just have to say that to clarify this absurd, ignorant, rude, nasty man that actually called me out my name. I didn't even retaliate by going off on him, cursing him out. I just ignored him. I highlighted it in my chat to let my chat see that he was, calling me out my name because I didn't give him attention that he needed. Get some attention from your wife. I ain't your woman. I don't lay up with you. I don't got to give you no attention. So if I ain't highlight your comments, you could have kept it moving. You ain't have to call me a B and do all this weird stuff just because you're hating on me because I have knowledge and I'm information, with my intelligence and I'm able to spread it and I'm able to speak. I know how to fluently speak. I'm a public speaker. I've been doing this for years. I've been in the business for years. I've been in radio for almost 5 years now. So this is something I do professionally. I can't help because I know how to make sure that my information comes across clearly, concisely, and it's prominent and it means something. So, anybody that's hating on that, that's a problem you have within yourself. So let's get to what's going on in Los Angeles. We talked about Mary Ellen, and we talked about how they took over everything from her gold, her real estate, her properties, the bail system, the telephone system, all of that was hers. Now, this July, after 30 years of battle with these people, the Bruce family has finally won their case. The Bruce family has won their case. Check them out. Prominent, prominent. This is their family back then. Prominent Bruce family. Nearly a century after the government allegedly, they say allegedly, but how is it allegedly when they won in court? They had their day in court and they proved it. It took 30 years fighting these idiots, fighting these thieves, fighting these scoundrels, fighting these pirates, right? So it says that they use trickery in eminent domain. We were just speaking about the eminent domain to seize their valuable property. So the government seized their valuable property through eminent domain. The family of Charles and Willa Bruce are finally receiving their justice. Yes, let's give a shout out for the Bruce family. Let's clap our hands. What's up, Bruce family? Come through and show them y'all ain't playing. Give us our land back. Give us our $75 million worth of land back. Stop playing with the Aboriginal people because we're coming here to take what's ours. We're tired of the nonsense. We're tired of y'all playing with us. We're tired of people thieving from us and taking things from us that they don't deserve. Eminent domain, really? No, no, no. That's right. That's right. That's right, Willie. Yes, I'm about to be hitting them up. I'm trying to get some help with mine. I'm new to this. I ain't had no help, no support, but I'm ready. I'm trying to get what's coming to me. So whatever's going on, yeah, anybody that can help your girl out, hit my email, Sister Soul Main Radio. Let me put it out here in the chat. Anybody got information to anybody that I can talk with about this, then make sure y'all hit my email so that we can. Yeah, make sure you guys hit my email so that you can put me in the right line so I can get this stuff, together because I'm working on it. Trust me, it's just so new to me, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm encouraged as I see these type of stories. Right. All right. This story is by Stacey M. Brown, NNPA Newswire senior national correspondent. This was a very highly publicized court case. Look at the estimated amount of the land that these people had taken from them, and how the Bruce family, took 30 years, but they said we getting our stuff back, and they took it back. It took that amount of time, but now they got a standing foundation for everyone that's in their family. So they are going to be taking care of everyone that comes after them. That's what we're supposed to be doing, looking out for our future and our children's future. So, nearly a century after the government allegedly used trickery in eminent domain to seize their valuable property, the family of Charles and Willa Bruce are finally receiving their justice. Yes, yes. Officials in Los Angeles County reportedly have decided to return the family's Manhattan Beach property. Mind you, we talking about the beach, y'all. We talking about the what do they call that area? Malibu. This is the Malibu area. Family's Manhattan Beach property that estimates show may be worth as much as $75 million. Their property worth $75 million. The beach resort that was once flourished while welcoming African American visitors in the 1920s, a time when black people and other minorities weren't allowed on the white beaches. So do you guys remember? I know you guys have heard this story before, where there was a black beach, and with our black beach, all of our people used to go there. So they had to find some way to take this away. They had to find some way to alleviate us from being able to have a space for us to be in of our own, correct? So this is what's going on. The property famously took on the name of the Bruce's Beach. The Bruce's Beach, that family names, is saying so much. Meanwhile, descendants of Charles and Willa Bruce had fought for years to have the land returned to the family. It was a very important place because there was no other place along the coast of California where African American Aboriginals could actually go and enjoy the water. So this is a place that was made just for them. So Chief Duane Yellow Feather Shepherd, the Bruce family historian and spokesperson, said in a local interview, regularly face threats and intimidating factors or tactics from the Ku Klux Klan and other white supremacists. The Bruce family maintained their property and kept the resort open. They tried to scare them off of their property. They tried to threaten them. They tried to do anything they could do to get rid of these people so that they could take over their land and assume it. So these are the things and the tactics that a lot of our people have went on. The tactics that go on behind the scenes, taking over the property, taking over what's going on in the person's uh, financials and any type of companies, corporations, things that they're dealing with. These are the issues they're dealing with. But in 1924, the city council cited eminent domain as a reason to take the land. Isn't that some shit? In 24, the city council cited eminent domain as a reason to take the land, reportedly under the guise of building a park. They just took their land and said, "Oh, we're going to build a park. I think you guys need to just leave your land." They got the nerve. How that happen? How does that happen? Eminent domain. You know, this has been going on forever. We have so much that's going on. Myrtle Beach. Yep, I heard about that too. Yep, yep. Everything is ours. Everything over here is ours. And they keep doing everything they can to try to take away from that because they want to prove different. They want to act like it's theirs. They don't want us to know that we are from here. They want you to believe that you are from another place, that you have came from Africa. Some people are from Africa, but there are very few. These are the people that have come over for servitude. Some people that have been brought over for different reasons, but the slavery thing is very far fetched. Okay. However, the land remained untouched for years, the insider reported, according to the media report. So they took it from them just so they couldn't go there. It was taken in eminent domain so that they can eliminate the Aboriginals from being in that area. So they never did anything and it was untouched. According to the media reports, Willa and Charles Bruce fought back legally, but received only $14,000 in compensation. $14,000 in compensation for a $75 million piece of land. Are these people nuts or are they effing crazy? Hmm. Now, the city officials have placed the value of the property at $75 million. When I first realized that the county owned the property that was once Will and Charles Bruce's beach lodge, I knew that returning it to the Bruce's family was the right thing to do. Los Angeles County Supervisor Janice Hand told CBS Los Angeles in a statement. So she knew it was the right thing to do. When the hell they was worried about the right thing to do? When they ever been worried about the right thing to do? They knew that it's time. They knew if they didn't, it was going to be hell to pay. It's time to unleash the land like it is for all our land. All our. They keep playing with us. They keep acting like we ignorant and we stupid. But listen, we're not playing games anymore. This is the truth. We are coming for our shit. Now, city's officials, when she realized that, she said that she released him. But this is the first time a government has done anything like this. That's a lie because y'all giving it up. Y'all got to give it up. When you come and we bring proof that this is ours and y'all have stolen, taken it from this eminent domain, all these different things, the trickery, thievery, lies, piracy, all these things you guys have done through the government affiliation. Yeah, we're coming for our stuff. So, but this is the first time a government has done anything like this, and there were a lot of questions about how it would work. For the family and shepherd, there remains more work. Our next step will be once we get that land restored to us, the land will be restored. It's going to go after them for restitution. Then there will be restitution. After the land is restored, there will be restitution for them keeping them from their property for 30 years. The money they could have made on the beach house in Malibu Beach, California. Do you know how much money? The property itself is worth $75 million. They could have made billions since then. Did you know that? For the loss of revenue for 96 years of our family from the business and the loss of generational wealth. That's right. And the punitive damages for their collusion with the KKK. Their collusion with the KKK, another government affiliated organization, white supremacist group that is funded by the Ku Klux Klan and the government go hand in hand. This is in disenfranchising our family, Shepherd remarked. So they're not having it. So what do you guys think about that? We got more proof of our lands being taken, and our people have come back and they have taken it back. They don't want to hear none of that. Our people are not standing for this anymore. We have gone through so much. There's so much that has happened that it's just really sick in regards to all of this, right? Let's read a little bit more. All right, let's see here. Oh, actually, I think that's the end of that article. I thought there was more to it. There was another article. I don't want to try to pull up another article. I'm just going to stop right there because that pretty much told it all. that said it all, right? So I'm gonna put the link out here, guys. This was just a short video. I wanted to make sure I made some more connections to this land, this eminent domain, and everything that's going on. Anybody want to come up and chat about it? You are welcome to. If not, I'll be getting out of here in just a minute because I want you guys to just be aware of this information. You know, a lot of times we don't have to get up on the panel and just conclude with conjuncture and theories and ideologies and thoughts and this and that and just kind of figuring out things that we've talked about over and over for months. I've been in the communities. I keep hearing the same things being said over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's like really crazy that it's continuously over and over again, but there's no action being taken. There's no provision of anything I see moving forward from anything that anyone's talking about. The ladies, we try to speak, we try to give advice, we try to talk. The guys want to be rude and ignorant, take over and say this, say that, talk about what needs to be done. But we don't see you guys doing anything. I mean, we're like putting the things in you guys' hand. We're waiting on you guys to take a foot forward and do something. We want you guys to take action, you know? We don't need you to be on YouTube screaming and yelling and talking about theories and I look so smart and I look so good. Everyone wants to be a theorist and ideologist, but who cares? We're all smart shit. I'm very highly intelligent. I don't even, share all of my intelligence with you guys. I just bring the surface what I need to make sure I'm delivering the information that you need to open up portals in your mind, distract your spirit, make sure you're getting enlightened. So what we need to do is make sure that we are handling everything that we need to do in the right ways. Copper Firestarter, what's going on, bro?
Hey, peace, sis. Peace to the chat and the high vibrations to everybody here. Hope everybody's having a good day. And let's end this so-called year
Hmm.
the right way and everything, since the so-called new year starts in the spring equinox. But thank you, sis, for showing that information, okay?
Yes,
I
brother.
my family owns 20 miles of land inside North Carolina, and I have a folder full of cases, court cases that copper colored people have won, not just getting their land, but their identity too. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? So I appreciate you sharing that for real, for real. But I do want to say this: that brother that you got into it with, he is crying, literally crying on the other people's panel. Philly Dog OG, he's crying on that. JJ Lighten, what his name is. He's
Yeah, he's
literally in
weird.
tears. He's literally in tears right now. He's
Why?
he
Cause I
because
cause
he
I exposed him for calling me a bitch in my chat. Bro, you literally got in my chat. I was on the chat last week. He put a comment in the chat, right? I went over his comment and actually ignored it because he was rude to me on the prior chat. And I'm looking like, now he in my chat. So I just went over. I didn't say anything. I just ignored his chat, went on. So he puts a comment. Y'all see she ignored me, trying to make my chat go against me. By the time I ignored him, like anybody cares, I ignored his chat. So he was like, you don't like me, then I don't like you, you bitch. literally in my chat. That was the weirdest shit. I was just like, well, I didn't even remark to it. I didn't say anything. I didn't reply to it. I just highlighted so my chat could see it because it was just so weird and crazy and absurd to me. This dude really has a knack for going against me ever since I exposed him for trying to put my information out and act like it was something that he thought of or idea that he studied and found the information on. And ever since then, that's been almost a year ago, he's had it out for me. Anytime we're on a panel, he's got these little attitudes. And, I don't really care. But when you calling me out my name and doing all this nonsense, but you want to get up on the panel and talking about what the nation need to do to pull together. Come on, that's kind of ludicrous. Mental Ninja, thanks for coming up. What's going on with you, bro?
I don't know if you can hear me. I'm on my way home, so I got low bars. Give me like 5 minutes, and I'll start talking. But
Hey,
it's
All right, bro.
sis,
You good?
sis.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
He,
Yep.
for
the
sure.
way that the way that man, and I don't mean to dilute the quality of the shows with the message that you just shared. Excuse me to the chat and Sister Soul and the brother that was speaking. But the way that this brother is talking on that channel, he trying to make it seem like you're bothering his life, like you're ruining his life. Like he's Christ. Man, this girl keep taxing my name. She making me not have a good relationship with my wife. I feel so bad. I can't take it no more, and I'm mad.
A
I just
relationship with
can't.
his wife. Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. I gotta stop you right there. He
Oh,
said what?
hold on. This what he said. This what he said. Cause right, I got this what he said. He's saying that that you're dragging his name through the dirt and you're making him look a type of way like he hate women or something like that but he's screaming at top of lungs, he's making these noises. "Arrgh!" And he's doing a whole lot of that and a whole lot of this, and everybody on the chat is trying to tell him drop it or talk it out with her, bring peace or whatever. And I didn't know this was going on for a year like you said, but the way
Yeah,
this man is making it seem like he can't let it go. He can't let he can't ignore this. And I said, yo, this is the internet, bro. Relax. It can't be that serious. But it's not like you have photos of him. It's not like you have videos of him. It's not like you truly
brother. Have
expose
you?
him.
I don't mean to cut you off, brother. Have you ever heard me mention this, brother? Let's just start right there. Let's start
No,
right there.
no, I've never heard you mention this guy. This guy.
Nobody in
This is
my
my
chat
first
has
time.
either. I'm pretty sure anybody in the chat, any of my chat members, please put a one if any of y'all have ever heard me mention this guy's name before today. At any time on any panel, I never mentioned this weirdo. It's sick
He,
to me. It's this. I keep talking about this feminine energy that I'm battling, right? And it's so sad. I know myself. See, people don't recognize what's in themselves. I know I have masculine energy, right? Because I just absorbed that and I put that out, and that's just a part of me. I've had to take on that to be responsible and the strong person I am. So the men that have the feminine energy within them, they don't know how to balance it. They don't know how to use it or work with it. So it comes out in other ways. And this is what I'm battling all the time because I have a little masculine energy. They want to bring all this feminine aggression towards me when it comes to anything to make my masculine energy come out because they like that. They really like it. This is what it is. They want me to curse them out. They want me to go off on them, it seems like. I mean, this is what I'm feeling. Because once I do that, then now they can be more feminine and be, disgustingly sick with their words and their intention towards me. It's sad and it's disgusting. I won't mention his name again after today. I just had to mention it now because the way that was carrying on, like I've done something to him, and I'm just sitting here like, how is he up here saying all this? But you just was in my chat calling me a B, bro. You didn't even take time to apologize, or maybe he was having a bad day. I didn't even make a big deal out of it because people have bad days and things are happening. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know what's going on with the brother, even though we have not the greatest energy with each other. I don't hold grudges. So, that's on him. So I don't know. I'm a little hurt about it because it
this what he
happens a
said.
lot.
He said his wife went on this channel, this feed right here, and heard you talking about him in the beginning. And he that's what triggered him. He said, my wife came and got me and told me that she was talking about me
Why
again.
is your wife following me? Why your wife subscribe to me? Why is your wife listening to me if y'all have all these issues or what have you? Why would your wife be paying attention to my page? Wife, please, sweetheart, unsubscribe now. Let's do that. I don't want any friction in your household behind me. And I can come over here and say anything I want to when the person has gotten in my chat. When they come over here and call me a bitch and I never addressed it. So, I mean, if you don't like it, unsubscribe and ask your husband to, stop being nasty to me. Let's just do that. If you're a woman, talk to your husband about approaching women and calling them bees in a chat. Let's do that.
Mm. Yeesh, man.
I know you don't know who I'm talking about, sis, because I don't even talk about. He's irrelevant. He wants to be irrelevant. That's the problem. He's very irrelevant. From me, from my perspective, he might be relevant to somebody else, and nothing wrong with that. But he's irrelevant when it comes to me. It's irrelevant when a person has issues with me for no reason. It's irrelevant when a person wants to have aggression and just look at a person in a different way because of the way they're feeling, or whatever the case may be. I don't accept that, and I'm not going to. And I will address it. I bring things up because I don't like things to be in the dark. I like to bring them to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? I like to put it on the table. Let's look at it, dissect it, get it over with, and then now we can clear the table. Some people don't know how to do that because they don't have the mature mind to, but that's not my fault.
Mm. Man,
It's sad.
it's real deep. It's very deep, man. But yeah, sis. Uh, shoot. Look at this. I don't need to talk to you, fake holiday. You knew me as right, Michael Robin. I pull up in vain.
Oh, you was reading that. I was just going through. I was
Yeah.
like, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah, my bad. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's sad. It's the energy that is, we're having a lot of this energy now because we're going into Mercury, right?
Mm.
So it's
Uh
kind of
oh.
expected.
Uh oh. You know about the retrogrades?
Yes, yes, bro. I think I talked. No, I didn't talk. I talked about it a little bit Sunday, bro. You must didn't see that video. I know you was probably working, doing whatever you do, but I did one Sunday, the 12/12/21. Being the perfect 9 day. I'm gonna do another one on 12/21, and I'll probably go a little bit more into detail talking about this stuff. But yeah, bro, and that's what it is. We got all this energy going on, and people don't know how to manifest their energy or use it or harness energy to make it beneficial. They don't know how to do that. So that's kind of what's going on. I talk about it all the time, trying to help people in ways to figure it out. If they weren't so against me, maybe they could take some of the information I give them and use it and apply it to themselves to help themselves, and they wouldn't be so against me. This is some of the stuff I'm seeing too. Some of the stuff I'm talking about is overlooked because a person has some type of connotation towards me when you need to take that advice and maybe use some of it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know
Mm.
what else to say about it. It's just I don't know. It's hurtful. I know that when we should be building as a community, we should be coming together. We should be, um, making things where it's comfortable that we can grow together and share information. I think it's important that we don't always talk about the same thing. I think it's important that we're bringing new information. I think it's important that we're talking about things that are going to advance us and not just repeating the same shit. I'm sorry, but I hear these panels and it's like the same thing. Everybody talking about the same thing. Oh, this, and that, and da 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 da. Boo boo. It's like you could just repeat, go back 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year. It'd be the same conversations. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just
It's
sad,
it's
bro.
it's
That's
called
cause
it's called mental masturbation. You know what I'm saying? When I was teaching and
Mm,
stuff back in the day with the other teachers that's kind of a little bit bigger now, the message was redemption based, right? It
mm,
was redemption based. It was all about getting your land, claiming who you are, and showing the world, you know what I'm saying, walking with your head high and showing the world who you are. It was very serious. Now it's mental
mm.
masturbation. And we need to get back to that redemption based message and what you showed today with the land, with the case and everything. That was a redemption based message right there. You know what I'm saying? Or proof or evidence right then and there. But go ahead, yeah. I'm about to drop down, sis.
Yes,
I
bro.
appreciate
Appreciate
you for
you.
letting me on. Oh, you
Yes.
already know.
Thank you. You already know you appreciate it too, bro. You already know. Peace and love.
Yes,
Safeness.
yeah,
yes,
I
you
kind of
too.
look at it, and what up to everybody? I kind of look at it like, you
Music.
know, YouTube shit is like fucking crack, nigga. That shit destroying people's minds. You
Yep.
got niggas be on YouTube. I mean, like, I get it, man. YouTube is fun, but nigga, if you doing a 12-hour stream 5 times a week, my nigga, like, and you got a family and you building a community and doing all this other shit, like, no, nigga, you been on YouTube, nigga, this whole for damn near 60 hours in a
Mm,
week. That's like fucking like 2, 3 days out of a week. You're like literally on YouTube. I get it. Like the idea that like me, I kind of like in the beginning, I was like, yeah, this community thing is dope. But then I'm like, this really isn't community. This is a Facebook group that's on YouTube. You know, it's
Mm.
like a Discord chat that's on YouTube. This is probably as best as you're going to get. The best idea that I've seen of any kind of community work was the meetup, and that was a beautiful experience for me personally and shit. 'Cause I got
Yeah.
to put faces onto voices and shit. Even though I've seen their face on the video shit, there's like a certain level. Like, I mean, when we talk about mental masturbation, like there's only so
Yeah.
far I need to go with porn. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Right,
the
right.
real thing. It's not real human interaction, which is dealing with the physical, mental, spiritual, and the emotional, and being in circumference to have those all those properties being manifested at once. You know, and like the YouTube community, the YouTube thing, for one, it's a pseudo community. It's YouTube. This shit is ran by fucking the people that we claim are the people that are at fault, the white people. This is not a black made fucking platform. This is not go back to black people or Aboriginal or indigenous or human Native American indigenous, whatever the fuck term it is. It's YouTube. And motherfuckers forget, or I don't think they consider that this is also and can be also used as a form of manipulation. You
Yep.
get people on a panel arguing about the same shit for the same fucking same bat channel, same bat phone and shit, and nothing is not yielding any results. And what we reduce ourselves to is like, well, let me accuse you of doing something that I feel is wrong. Let me garner the people to agree with me,
Yes.
and therefore
Yes.
we have not fucking tackled the issue of the white man, which really isn't the issue. It really is. It's the issue that we want to talk about. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And if I can put you in that hot seat, then at least we can attack you. And I get that shit a lot. Niggas
Yeah.
can very rarely attack. I respect more a person. Like, I respect you because you'll attack something I said and not be like, well, you took the vax, therefore, or you're in the secret society, therefore, or this and that, therefore. You know what I'm saying? Like, address what I'm saying, not
Yes.
some reason, not some idea you have of me that you allow to have wholesale condemnation about anything else that I can say. And I think that, and I love JJ. JJ's dope as fuck. You know, whatever issue, because I heard the shit too. I thought I was like, damn, you know, and
And you
it's
know what's
me.
crazy? Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Not to cut you off. You know what's crazy, bro? I don't really mess with him like that. You know, we had a little word or two here and there, but to be honest, I like JJ. I'll say that I did like him. Let me say, I got to correct myself. I did like him before he called me a bitch. Literally, just had the nerve to feel it was comfortable to write it in my own chat. You know, that was the gall and the nerve for me. And I said, wait a minute, maybe me feeling a little, you know, I'm thinking this dude got issues. You know, you can't take personally, you know, if people are acting this way, you know, so I try not to do that a lot of time. So I don't have an issue with him, or I didn't have an issue when he came in the chat and did all that just because I didn't highlight his comment. I got to be all kind of bees and all that. I was just stunned. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought JJ was cool. I know he get on my nerves sometime, but I thought he was cool. I didn't know it was all that. Now I'm a
Yeah,
bee, and oh, you don't like me. Now I don't like you. You bee. I'm like, whoa, that
yeah.
was like absurd.
I think me and JJ got into it kind of a little spar like once or twice, but altogether, I do appreciate JJ and stuff. I remember one night we was all a couple of us on the panel going hella deep. I don't know if it was on OG or Greedy Channel. We was going deep for a while and shit. And it was enjoyable, right? But like, this is what I see. I see that I'm looking at the negative effects of what these YouTube fucking communities. I like the way Newt said these con science, conscious, but it's con
Yes.
science. We're really just looking at ways. How can we belittle another person? How can we get people to agree with me and belittle another person? That's kind of why I often take the position that I take, which it looks like devil's advocate, but I hear one side, and I'm gonna use this as the main example. It's vax or anti-vax. And I'm sitting here like, both fucking things I learned about, all the good and bad from both of them from the fucking news. I have not myself gone out, followed somebody, seen him get that person get vaxxed, seen that person catch a blood clot or cerebral palsy. It's been images or videos with the title cerebral palsy due to vax. And I cannot prove, confirm or not that's even true. You know what I'm saying? And by me, like, not believing in COVID, not believing in vax, not believing in unvax, and still take the vax for my own fucking reasons. And people do not know what to do with that category because that's not the category that the media allows us to have. It has to be for or against. And so what they'll do is attack me and try to, and I get it, man. Like, JJ's cool as fuck, you know. I'm sure you guys will get over it and shit. But what I saw is like, this is how like it can do more bad than good, where
Yeah.
we have our own issues in our own households. granted, in our
Mhm.
own lives, in our own minds and stuff, and YouTube can bring that out more because I would say we come to YouTube, especially on these panels, for a sense of belonging, for a sense of human interaction, of people that are like-minded. That is the reason why I joined the OTO, because I was searching for that, and I found that, and I found it in AA, and I found it in the motorcycle club, and all the other things I've gone to, I
Mhm.
found I was looking for because I actually manifested the energy to have for that to be a currency exchange. But when we start tearing each other down, when we group up and gang up on other people, and then at the second level, we say, we, the community, we need to build a nation. It's like, this is what we do with the nation that we have that's not even a nation. It could be fun,
Yeah.
it could be bad, but 9 times out of 10, it seems to be going more towards spontaneous assault on others. It's witch hunts. Who can we find to blame? We don't got the white man. We don't got the government. We don't got the elite. We don't got the boule. Well, Mental
Yeah.
Ninja's part of the secret side, so we can attack him. Oh, he took the vaccine, so we can attack him. Or Sister Sorrel's a woman, so we can attack her. Or JJ's a man, we can attack him and shit. And it becomes like, well, this is interactive, and we are creatures of habit. And if we're not aware of our habitual nature, we will continue to repeat certain behaviors thinking they're good because of how good it makes us feel. And it could be fucking to the individual detriment. And then complete fallout and misunderstandings happen.
It's just I don't know, bro. I'm just I don't get it. It's like you said. It's I think it's more like that. What self-serving, like you said, that self gratification is almost like a masturbation. Like you said you said the mental masturbation
Yeah,
is
homeboy said
really
that.
like
Yeah.
that. Yes, bro. It is just like that because it's like they get off on some of this stuff, and it's like sometimes people need certain things to how can I say it to make active their endorphins. So if they can't do it in other ways, certain things or certain actions of being in certain places or areas, that's going to help them. And this is where they can get off with these things. And then when somebody comes and tries to maybe what they think intercede with that, then it becomes an issue. That's kind of what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of like I have a pitch, and if you don't subscribe, like my pitch, share my pitch to your friends, like literally repeat what I said out my mouth to other people, or at least back to me, and subscribe to my ideology, you are an enemy of the state. That is exactly the mentality. And what kind of mentality? Where do we get that from? That's exactly what the media shows. You're either on the media side or you're not. And so the media creates two fucking sides. And people like, well, if I'm on this side, then I'm against that side. And the other people like, well, if I'm on this side, I'm against that side. And they both think both their sides are right and both sides are the enemy when they don't realize that they're not thinking for themselves if the position or the option they be given has been given. You know what I'm saying? Like me, when I took the vaccine and shit, I fucking, like I said, I don't even believe in the fucking shit. Niggas mad because I ain't fucking suffered cerebral palsy or turned to an android and shit. So they're like, they pushed it off to this fucking futuristic return of Jesus that someday, one day,
Mm.
maybe in the future, I will exhibit because they want to be right to justify they're afraid. The one
Mm.
thing that people do not like to admit, me myself included, as an alcoholic, is for one, that I'm powerless. For two, is that I don't know. And three, and that I'm afraid and don't know why. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how I got over the hurdle of drinking. Was like, damn, I realized I was powerless over alcohol. My life is unmanageable. I don't know how to fix it. And I'm afraid that if I don't, I will never have a life. And so I had to be open to suggestion. I had to be. And I just started learning how to trust suggestion and see how the fucking data approves itself. And then I can start relying, well, if I follow this certain set of steps or principles, I can yield the same results in my own life. And I don't think people are recognizing that they had that ability themselves. They're like, no, we need a universal ideology that's going to combat the universal ideology that we're against. And it's like, bro, it's still a fucking universal ideology that does not involve the individual man, woman, child coming to their own conclusion. That is the true democracy. Is if Sister Soul's like, you know what, I like the nation, but this is things I don't like about it. And so I think I'm good. That you like, we could be like, or the nation could be like, yeah, for real, you're good because Sister Soul, you are the only nation. The nation of individuals, and every individual is a nation, not some fucking
Mhm.
club, not some organization where they claim they hate secret societies, but they want exactly what they think the secret societies have. And they don't really got shit. It's just people.
That's right. That's right. And we just caught up in trying to figure out what's going on and where our place is. And I think that's the problem, bro. People want to find a place. With us being this heaved or shifted or out of place or out of sync with what we know our lives should be or where we should be, the placement of our lives. I think we're just confused. And when a person is like not knowing where they're going, where you came from, where you're at, this and that, it becomes very confusing. And
Yeah.
we're struggling.
It's okay to be lost. That's actually
Yeah.
a beautiful place to be because just Rumi says, I went looking for God, I went looking for me, or God only found me. I went looking for me, only found God. And it's like, wow, what the fuck is that about? There's no attachment needed. You were searching for something and you found you were looking for yourself, and that you were also the one that was seeking. You were looking and waiting for yourself to come to that understanding, like, man, this is my life. This is me. And I see YouTube. And look, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Especially like the last month or two, I've really been questioning the nature of YouTube panels. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how am I to know? Like, okay, I'm in a secret society for one, so it's kind of almost
I already
unorthodox for
know
me to
because
even say
I'm
this,
telling you.
right? But how many people could
Yes,
possibly be paid by the government to be on 12 fucking hours, nigga?
bro. Check this out. Mental. When I say you reading my freaking mind, I've been trying to be good. But when I tell you, I'm sitting here like, how many of these people is actually agents? Because
Yeah.
they be playing a lot of weird little games, like you say, bro, and they be doing some weird stuff, and it's always it's like it's always something. You never can see. I don't know, boy. I be saying the same thing. It's crazy you saying that because it's facts. It's facts. I keep saying it. We thinking that these people for us, but it's like, come on, what kind of agents is y'all? We know the ones that certain age, like you, bro. Say, hey, I represent my brand. I'm the OTC. That's what it is. But you're upfront with it. What about these secret ones that we don't see, but y'all playing behind the scenes? These are the ones we got to be scared of.
It's the ones that like, and this is it. A motherfucker does not have to be an agent in the Matrix to become an agent in the Matrix. That nigga, they just pop
Mhm,
up. You see their face get to, and they change to it.
mhm.
That's exactly the mindset, right? You know what I'm saying? Then you have your actual ciphers. The guy who like, he literally does not want to be in Zion. He literally wants to be in the state of ignorance and bliss, knowing the stake isn't real. You know what I'm saying? So, but like, certain like you got certain like 15 different panels going on 50 different streams. They're all live. And then you have like one or two people that is like basically heavily involved in all of them and then goes live and shit. And it's like, that to me is like and that's how the way control opposition
Talk
works is
about it.
you place yourself in the center of the investigation so you can manipulate and mold the
Yep.
investigation. When the investigation goes a certain way, you're the first person to say nope. And make that a heresy and make that for wholesale condemnation and shit. Like, I don't mind talking about the Bible. I really don't. Just because I don't believe as a Christian doesn't mean that if I read the Bible that it makes me Christian. It just makes me somebody who wants to fucking read the Bible. Learn the
Exactly.
difference
Don't
of
mean
that.
burn the Bible.
You know what I'm saying? Burn it. I get it, right? But like
Damn,
sometimes,
why? Shit, we ain't got to burn it. Shit it to the side then if you feel like that. You ain't got to burn it.
I mean, you could burn it and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can burn cancer and still gonna be cancer and shit, you know what I'm saying? But what are you gonna do with this information? If
Fact.
the information, see, the thing is, the whole thing about contempt prior to investigation, right? If I'm on a certain panel and a certain big dog Phillies OG's up there and shit, I'm at his head right now. You know what I'm saying? This nigga been moderating, fucking kicked me off the stream. Then he fucking starts deleting my comments. I'm like, I
Me
thought you
too.
were
He
about free
blocked me.
thinking.
He blocked me though. He blocked me because I didn't say nothing bad. I just was asking a question. And then I said the dude called me a B. I'm like, how's he up here on the panel saying all this togetherness and this and that? But he just called me a B last week in my own chat. I was wondering how they felt about that. And you know what Philly did? Blocked me as soon as I made that comment. What the hell you blocked me for?
Because that
Man,
nigga's
that's weird.
afraid. Either he's from this the biggest fucking thing is like this nigga tried to tell me today I trust the government. I'm like, nigga, are you asking me that shit or are you
Mm.
making a decision for me? And he didn't want to answer that question because he knew what I was saying and he was that fucking stubborn and that narrow minded. He could not allow himself to be like, you know what? I just said that shit because I wanted to say I want to try to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And so I ran the fucking investigation on his ass and he got madder and madder and madder and kept trying to dodge and shit to the point that the rest of the panel shut up for like a good 5 minutes. So I'm interrogating this nigga to be honest, to tell the fucking truth for once in his life and shit. And then like and ends up kicking me off, and then he starts blocking me in the fucking in the chat, and it's like these are the same type of people that I do not want running a nation that I have to fucking be obedient to. I
That's
would
right.
prefer to make my own fucking mistakes. When I took the vax, if I had died, then I would have been dead. I would have died sober. I've continued living and I've continued living sober. So to me, it was a fear that I got over. I'm not saying everybody should go take it. But what I am saying is that trusting that your ability to manifest your truth, that it will happen. It does not depend on another person's fear, does not automatically become your reality unless you want it to.
Mm. Unless you want it to. Oh, Chief Jonesy, I'm coming, bro. I'm sorry. I was actually saying something to my daughter. I think it's a problem with it. It say your device not connected, bro. You gotta do it again, Chief Jonesy. Chief, it was saying your device wasn't connected, bro. Put the link back out there. I don't know if it was a problem with the link, but I'm gonna throw it back out there. Yes, Ninja. I'm sitting here like this. I don't know. I'm sitting here thinking about what you said about the agent shit. Because man, when I say privately, I've been talking to somebody about that. I'm gonna be honest, and it's crazy now that you said that. I'm gonna just say it. I've been saying the same thing for the last couple of weeks. I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. I'm seeing a lot of weird stuff, and it just makes you think like, how many of these people are agents? So me and a couple other people have been talking about it, and it's like it's a lot of stuff going on. So you got to really be careful. People say, oh, they talking about community and building and this. Are you really part of the community, or are you actually trying to make sure you're getting information because of whatever reasons you want to?
I
Chief, you
mean,
were trying to come up here. You can come back up. I don't know what happened. It was saying your device was not connected. So it's not like I didn't add you, bro. It's just it was saying I couldn't add you. For some reason, your device wasn't connected. So you can come back up if you get a chance. I put the link back out. Go ahead, bro. I'm
and
sorry.
sister, right? Like this is the thing that's really been piquing my observation.
Wait 1 second, Ninja. 1 second,
Go
babe.
ahead.
I'm sorry. It says you need to connect your mic, Chief Jones. You got to connect your mic, bro.
You
It's
gotta
saying
allow
your mic is
access.
not connected, bro. Connect your mic and your cam. So you got to hit the let the mic access. I don't know what it says. It says something about it, but check the settings, and then when you accept it, it'll let you up. It's not letting you up. What's going on, James? Thanks for joining, bro. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. Hey, I just been listening in. I've been off the stream for a while, about 6 weeks.
Yeah, no, I hadn't seen you
Yeah, man, putting work in and doing
as
stuff behind
always.
the scene. Yep. That's why I was just listening to you all. It's no way they could be putting in work in their community or putting in work on anything if they on live every day for 8 hours or 6 hours. I said this a while back. I said when a person keep going in circles and they keep everything in that same paradigm,
Mm,
then
mm,
they part of the problem. That is one of the characteristics of an agent. They trying to keep you in that paradigm instead of move forward.
yeah,
Start pushing some paperwork. I'm like I'm so serious. I went down. Before Keisha Lance Bottoms, the mayor, before she left her seat. I went down there and spoke with her. And she, she was like, keep pushing forward. She said we need new young black men as leaders, some real leaders.
that's right.
So she thought it was a great idea. She didn't have any. The funny thing is, she got Indian in her family too, but she just don't look at it like we look at it. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So it's funny because a lot of people just haven't heard it, or
They don't know, bro. Not to
they
cut
don't
you off,
know.
James. Let me
Mhm.
say this on that. A lot don't know, bro. I don't know. I say this, but I don't know if people understand this. When I came into the YouTube community, bro, I knew nothing about it. All I know is my grandmother always told me I was Indian. So that's all I knew. I knew I was Indian. I never knew about the Aboriginal meaning or the in-depthness of it, bro. And since people don't get that, this the problem, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, what you were saying.
No, you good. No, that's
I,
right
I,
on the money.
I want to say something. Like me, like my family, my mother on my mother's side, she had our history, just from like just everybody. My mom's side of the family, historically educators. Knowledge is all knowledge and right action and shit, right? Going back 200-300 years. So I already had all that information. I was like in the second grade. My mom made sure we knew about our Asian heritage, our Irish heritage, our French heritage, our Native American heritage, our Scandinavian heritage, our Filipino heritage and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so like in the 2000s, like 2006 or 7, maybe 8, My mom actually did that fucking that DNA thing. And it just confirmed stuff that we already knew, but we got to look at on paper. It was like, that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? But when I came, it's like the idea of like us being like me historically being from here. Well, I know I was born in fucking Monterey, California. I know where I'm from and shit, you know what I'm saying? But the great line is like I have ancestry that goes all around the world. You know what I'm saying? So my indigenous is humankind, this place that we're in. You know what I'm saying? There's no wall that can't keep any of my ancestors from being ancestral to this universe, for one, right? But the Aboriginal idea, the way they are pitching it now, it's a good, I like the way it sounds, but the one thing I don't really feel is, for me, is that for some reason, because of this understanding that somehow somebody owes something that I'm not willing to go either take for myself or learn how to develop again on my own. Because if my ancestors were ever able to do that, I can't transmit something I don't have. I don't know how to build pyramids or mounds. I'm not saying I can't learn. I don't know how to establish irrigation and agriculture and shit. I'm not saying I'm not willing to learn. I can't learn and shit. But just because they have this ability 2,000 years ago or 500 years ago doesn't inherently constitute that I am them. So I remove the we from me, and I realize that these are my ancestors, but I have my own work to put in for my own life. This is what they did, but we don't live in the same type of ages. You know, it's good to know the history for betterment of self, but when it becomes like this conglomerate effort of like, well, we need to do this and we'll automatically have that, look what happened to them. We will repeat history. If we do the same things that they did, they were something that they weren't doing. I guarantee they were not on fucking YouTube for 30 hours a motherfucking a 24-hour period and shit, you know what I'm saying? And talking about what they were going to do. I believe they were actually out there doing this stuff. And I think that's maybe what independently is lacking. Like me, not to toot my own horn, but I can't be on YouTube 24 hours, 12 hours. I gotta pay bills. I gotta go to work. I got a kid. You know, I got a girlfriend. I gotta go to meetings. I gotta sponsor guys. I got the motorcycle club. I got the OTO shit. I got the Rosicrucian shit. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta still be a citizen. You know what I'm saying? A law-abiding citizen and shit. But our club did this big ass toy drive. You know, on Saturday we collected fucking 2 truckloads of toys. We've been planning for the past month,
brother,
and then on Sunday. We took that shit in the same neighborhood that I used to get fucking high as fucking on the Siegel Suites on Boulder Highway in the area I grew up in. So the kids are going to go to my high school and shit, and we passed those toys out. That's something that we did to collectively, not as a nation, not for fucking YouTube, but because we want to, as a motorcycle club, put back into the community that fucking allows us to be a motorcycle club in it that we are going to recruit from. And the same with the OTO. We got the sock drive going on. This is the second year me doing it. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm not trying to fucking change the world, but I would like to see that. So if I can raise enough socks, somebody's going to get a sock. Somebody's going to get some underwear that they need. And it has nothing to do with fucking look at me on YouTube, bro. This is YouTube and reality are 2 separate things.
I know that's right. Thanks for coming up, bro. What's going on, Chief? How you doing?
Doing good, God. How everybody doing in the chat and the panel? Peace and blessings to everybody. Doing all right. Just I was feeling what bro was saying because I'm seeing the slight shift. It's like we kind of getting off the mark. I'm just saying, like the community with everybody opening their little separate pages. Like it's just seeming like everybody joining in like this other YouTube like business ventures instead of us getting back to the, you know what I'm saying, to the hot topic of the nationalization and then getting out of us. So it's like I see people trying to like get out for more like self. We got the information now. It's like, let me get out for me and what I can kind of extract, if that's, you know what I'm saying, to use some better words, than what, you know what I'm saying, information that we can continually put in, because we don't know everything yet. And there's still a lot of stuff that we need to be, you know what I'm saying, researching and things like that. So I just, like I said, just piggybacking. I see the efforts, you know what I'm saying, kind of getting diverted. But however, it's the energy of, you know what I'm saying, selfishness and that part I see just coming, you know what I'm saying, poking this little turtle head up a little bit. But I mean, that's, you know what I'm saying, a piece of the challenge.
Hey, Chief, to go along with what you're saying, this is what it looks like to me. Like on a marketing perspective, I'm a marketer, you know what I'm saying? I'm an independent contractor. I market and I do other things and shit, right? Is that it seems to be more like you said a key thing. When people started opening up their own channels. Like I first started 2 years ago on Bro Sanchez, and now everybody, like majority of the people that would go up and be interactive on Bro Sanchez channel now have their own perspective channels. Some of them are hella dope. Sir Drop, I love his channel because he's just a regular dude. He's a hood nigga. The Greedy Vegan, completely open-minded and shit. That's one of my favorite channels to be on because it's not going to be like this nigga's going to be fucking on some tyrant shit, right? But what I've seen is that they see what like how people are making money off this shit and how the followers are getting. And what they see is how much time that they're spending energetically tuning into this shit. People want to repeat that. They're like, okay, well, I want followers. I want to be worshipped. It's about being objects of worship and veneration. People are trying to become fetishes, like literally a fetish really is a religious term for like the bones of a relic. A relic
like
and shit.
It's like a U cult. It's like a U cult. You know what I'm saying? Like in other words, like that's that you can see like the factions and like you disagree with a certain person, then the whole group of people like I mean I think it's like how does everybody accept like one person's little opinion, then the ideology that might follow, the feelings that follow, that spreads like a pandemic around everybody else that happen to be listening or might, you know, I'm like, now that's what I think. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? One person maybe try to say something, then you got 6 or 7 people that follow. So then you can't even, you know what I'm saying, address or even handle no kind of business because they didn't already took on the little cult procession, like you are the untouchable in the Aboriginal community. I'm like, where
come on.
You ever seen Star Trek? I know y'all probably seen Star Trek, right?
Yep.
You know, they got the Borg, right? What did the Borg say? You must be assimilated into the Borg collective. Resistance is futile. And that's what it's looking like. Me personally, the idea of building our own nation, it sounds really, really good. But I know many different groups, many good groups, many bad groups have all tried and failed because the thing is you're dealing with more than just one person or a group of people that have all the same idea. Because at the end of the day, we can all eat dinner together and we all take shits at different times and wipe our ass a different amount of times depending on the size of the ass and how much shit coming out that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So and that's a really fucked up way to use an analogy, but I'm gonna use like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? And like
I mean, it's getting grimy like that. It's getting like one of those dirty jobs. So you spitting facts. So I mean, yeah.
Everybody loves their own aroma, but like this, like the idea that I wanted to create a following, I don't think that we realize. I'm gonna say we as the people who do YouTube, whether you're on a panel, whether you have a channel, where you're just listening, or you're in the chat, or you whatever. If you're on YouTube and you're streaming, listening shit, what we might be missing is taking these opportunities to really show. Nuth always would say a word, decorum. Nuth would always say there's a lack of decorum. I understand what he means now. By that.
Exactly.
These are opportunities to fucking.
Where you at? You was in. I'm sorry, Ninja. You was in the chat. New, come up. I don't know what you're doing, bro, but jump up here real quick because you could help.
It's order. The decorum leads to order, and we as a community, as a people, as a race, we are
manners
out
and morals,
order.
brother. Manners and morals. Those are two simple things we can try as well.
The ethical principle of universalism, which is like not everybody's gonna agree with me. And I gotta learn to be okay with that shit. Like I really need to learn how to be okay with that, and what will transpire. And I'm not saying that we need to do this, but this is we're talking about a fucking a mountain-sized jagged pill to swallow. Is that maybe the nation thing isn't the solution? It's just people learning how to fucking work together. People learn how to listen to each other without become aesthetically fucking angered and taking things so personal that they're to their core soul feel like they're being an attack launched against them. We are all humans. We all have issues. We are all suffering and living through growing up.
YouTube and the internet itself, bro. Social media, this stuff has brought out people's ego in the worst way because they can hide behind the screen and you know what I'm saying, their personal physical actions aren't manifested, but behind this little anonymous social media, like the ego has like been on steroids. Like it's an opioid epidemic in the ego sphere. Like for real. Like I mean, I don't understand. It's like like just the simple, like the other day, like a couple weeks ago, when the whole thing came up with the, you know, did the woman, you know what I'm saying, did the woman herself, you know what I'm saying, be first and on the planet, inhabit the planet, you know what I'm saying, and live in peace for so many thousands of years before the actual man species was ever even introduced. Like that's far-fetched for a lot of people in this community to believe. I'm like, now, sir, we can't sit up here and cherry pick the high science that we're going to try to go back and claim now. We're not going to go back and figure out all this high science, energy manipulation, and all this manifestation. But then when it comes to the woman being able to manifest herself on herself, we can't accept that's high science. I can't do that. Because, like, to me, if you're not gonna acknowledge the divine order, the cosmic order, the universal order, that tops everything. If you're not gonna acknowledge that, you're taking from your power, it's leaking out. You know, it's a slow leak in your own power. You might be inflated right now, but that tire got a slow leak.
Yeah, and like the ego thing, right? I think I'm gonna say I'm gonna present this for everybody's consideration. Does not need to be accepted. I'm just gonna speak free like we've been doing. Is that we can? I mean, I can look at this or possibly look at the ego as like becoming super ego with the use of social media because there is a separation. Let's say a separation from church and state, and let's use the church as being the spiritual body, right? Let's use the state as being the fleshly body that houses the spiritual body, right? But then we have the internet and social media, where how does the physical and the spiritual exist on either one on this platform, which is neither spiritual nor physical, not even really etherical. You know what I'm saying? And so what we have is we have a new ego being created, an avatar of the avatar that's creation of the super avatar, which is the collective consciousness of all existence, right?
The alter
And
ego.
it's almost like instead of we think we're going up the tree of life, we're actually going down the tree of life. Now, this is the thing. There's no up or down on the tree of life per se, but it really based on the interaction and the consequence that comes from any position on the tree of life. I can be in total high science and still make bad decisions, and be in total low science and make good decisions to get me up to higher sciences where I can make better decisions. But the thing is, like, the ego on the YouTube and the Facebook and the Instagram and shit is non-human. It is an independent corporate idea of the individual, which looks to assimilate through marketing of like, share, subscribe, tune in, and basically give your genetic, spiritual genetic, mental genetic, emotional genetic, and physical genetics to the algorithm.
You remember the little toys, the Digimons?
Yeah. You can put you go into the computer and
Well,
shit.
they're creating these Digimons, Digimans.
The like Sims characters, huh, bro? Sound like some Sim shit to me.
It does,
Man.
and just going with the little NFT, everything's like going back. Like he said, I see like that imagery that takes me back to like Mario Brothers, like the first.
Yep.
And the whole thing on Mario Bros. You're trying to get out the game. You're trying to beat the game. The whole goal is to end the game. It's always to rescue the princess, which is a very extremely occult term, especially talking about
run that back. The whole game is to rescue who?
The princess, which brings me what you were talking about, the possibility or suggestion of the divine feminine being before the divine masculine or the physical masculine. I would say that they were both in existence, but they were neither separate. They were in ecstasy, and then through their own understanding their own position as feminine and masculine, they kind of birth each other into existence. So they kind of have a unknown origin, but then kind of have an origin. But like you said, man, like how are we gonna look at a high science and start and not count all things that could be considered high science?
Facts. That's one thing you beating a dead horse with that, or you're nullifying everything that you're quoting or trying to come up on. It's nullified with that because this is like the head of where everything that we call high science starts. The cosmos is a womb. The Big Bang is a womb. So I mean, you got to deal with the womb, and then the man after that womb, which is her.
And
that's why like hurricane, motherboard, mother this, mother that, never father nothing but father time. And we know that time doesn't actually exist.
Say that, brother.
The big thing is too, is like the position of mother is in reflection to the position of man. So that's where that beautiful harmony comes in. And like me, with the Aboriginal thing of who was first, I'm not trying to say that there was assigned seats on the fucking wheel of life. There are through your birth chart. There can be said, right? But it's not about who's first. Like, we are here now. We are all talking to each other right now. What about that part? Fuck 10,000 years ago, nigga. I couldn't even fucking tie my shoe with that shit. What can I do now? Like, and that's why like Sister Soul like talk about healthy eating, and me and her going back and forth and shit a bunch of times about stupid shit, whatever, or just whatever relative stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is that she does bring information that she is in her own time. She is spending her own time to learn about and submit for not peer approval but peer review.
And that's called birthing the information. That's when you bring knowledge forth. You birth information. You see, she's birthing information, stuff that we didn't know. And see, like I said, when you look at that birthing information, men and women can do that part of that understanding of the word birthing and what it really actually means. So it's not no dig for people that really understand. You know what I'm saying? It's different ways that you can use these words and different points of view to look at it, because that's why the English is so scrambled now. You got to take in all the considerations of how the word is used, and then in some cases you can pick out, you know what I'm saying, your definition that your intent, you know what I'm saying, for that particular scenario or point in time is. And
Hey,
so
she said that, right? So I'm still in my student enrollment for the 5%. I think the shit is fucking such a beautiful fucking concept. When I hear 5%er shit, that the way they talk and shit, and they're some of the things they talk about, I like feel that in my inner essence, not just because of the Wu-Tang and me being an 80s baby and shit, but I really feel that as for American culture, for the culture I grew up in. Not the culture from 20,000 years before, or 20 or 40 years before I was born, but the culture that I'm living in. You know what I'm saying? And they talk about knowledge borns wisdom, and knowledge and wisdom borns understanding. And knowledge is masculine, wisdom is feminine, but you can't have knowledge unless you have knowledge to have wisdom to give birth to understanding, which is the child. So knowledge and wisdom and understanding, they're like the three together. But you can't have one separate out the other one, because they give birth to each other, which is a feminine aspect.
that's the Trinity.
So like this is what going on what you're saying, and like in the OTO, there is a very heavy awareness or a suggestion of the same concept that in a sense the woman was first. The idea of creation is the woman concept, but the concept itself is masculine. The woman's concept is neither space nor time, because all possibilities come from the idea of the concept. But the concept itself, the physical structure, is the masculine, but the woman comes first, but the masculine kind of completes the woman, and the woman completes the masculine. Together, they become the child of their own agreement, in that sense of manifestation. And when Sister Soul's talking about being heavily masculine, or knowing how to utilize her masculinity as well as her femininity, as well as their child fluidity, is something that the polarization of media and shit is to keep people off distractions, to keep you from learning how to create, from becoming self-aware, or what we call knowledge of self of the 5% nation.
That's fast. When I got exposed, I mean, I was listening to what was her name? She was on YouTube, but she was spitting a lot of facts, and that was the first time. Damn, her name just came to me. She was on YouTube, but she was a big person, came out with the, you know what I'm saying, stuff that was going on back in the election time a couple of years ago. But I got introduced to that 5%, and my understanding was like, if it's a 5%, then that 5% to me is going to have to be analogous or equal to that quote 144,000 number, because that's what it's going to take in each one of those to reach as many people that's in their circle. Because 5%, 144, I ain't did the math, but that seemed like them two numbers with that 5% little number, those two, you know what I'm saying, would match up, whatever the number is.
For the 5%, you could probably do the math for the 5%ers understanding on the original man and their numbers in the planet and their numbers in North America. You might be something close, who knows? But like the way I look at it, right, is you can use this 5% of the 85 dumb, deaf, and blind, and then the 10% being the bloodsuckers of the 85 to keep them dumb, deaf, and blind, and the other 5% who are all wise and righteous, they're here to teach the children of the poor population of the planet Earth. I can take that global concept and reflect that on my physical inner concept, on the physical concept. 85% of me does not want to fucking get up to go to work in the morning. 10% of me wants me to use my time to make the 85% happy and shit, you know what I'm saying? And there's that 5% that wants to fucking accomplish things. That's the physical. Now on the mental, I got 85% of my thoughts aren't probably the best thoughts. 10% of those thoughts are thoughts that want to keep the 85 dumb so we can achieve that. And there's a 5% that are on higher science and stuff. And the same thing can be said for the emotional and the spiritual level. So I think that just in application, that the 5% knowledge can be, it is a universal style of knowledge. But I'm also saying too that any religio background, Christianity, Islam, can be utilized in the same way if the individual wants
the information, if you can read the breakdown and you can get the understanding. I mean, all the books are flawed because the authors, like I said, all of them are codex and scripted. So if you can't read through and get the poems and catch the parables and things like that, then you're not going to get the underlying, you know what I'm saying, message, like you said, the 5%, because it's in there. The truth is in there, but can you disseminate it and can you cipher through it? And it
Yeah, you got to
takes,
respect that shit on
you
yourself.
got to
That's
learn
when,
that too. You got to learn how to read these books, because first you got to learn the words. In the beginning was the word, and the word was, and the word was with. Well, we definitely an illiterate race. So words is something that we definitely got to start, you know what I'm saying, challenging and tackling and taking head on. Because that's what I use that now. Like words, even if you use them against me, they can be flipped, you know what I'm saying, and they can be, you know what I'm saying, they're subject to alchemy as well. That energy is
oh
subject to
yeah,
alchemy as well.
it's
So we
like
got to,
like
Right.
the alchemical process you can put it to is like internally. Like literally, is this a bad day because it's rainy as fuck outside? Or is it a good day? Because if it stopped raining, would it automatically alchemically become a good day? Or is it me and my estimation on what constitutes either or is what changes the reality of the world around me? And if that is true, which I do believe is true, then imagine what could be accomplished if I said every day is a good day and I can find good out the bad and even bad out the good and be all seeing in both perspectives and
and
shit. You know what I'm saying?
that's where you start moving, like, you know what I'm saying, that's where the magi comes in. Because I was, because I do lawn care. So when I was gonna speak to you, you talk about 85% of you don't want to get up in the morning and go to work. I'm like, I gotta lower that, because it would change that percentage if you wasn't going to work with somebody else, but you was actually doing your own work for your people, or being of some assistance, or, you know, that part of their life, you know, so some kind of good factor, or some, you know what I'm saying, make some service to your people. So I don't have a problem getting up every day and doing that, but I can, you know what I'm saying, subscribe to what you're talking about, working for somebody else. Yeah. But when you getting up and you know that you about to be, you know what I'm saying, today is coming with you doing somewhere, providing or being a blessing to somebody in your normal work. You saw, like I said, I do lawn care and I work outside, so I'm always in service to somebody in need. But that's the beauty of what I
That's
do. I'm
right,
outside in
brother.
nature. And so I like to get up. You know what I'm saying? I'll be up all night studying. So by the time it's time to wake up, it's like, shoot, it's another day. Who's the next person that I'm gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be in my way? You know what I'm saying? So I say way, like your direction, who's gonna be in my way? You know what I'm saying? I ask the universe to do that too, to move people out of my way and then put some people in my way. So whatever,
That's
you know what I'm saying,
right.
my
That's
particular
right.
direction has to be, it's gonna be somebody they're planning that's gonna be of some assistance to me, and likewise it's gonna be reciprocal, because I'm gonna be of some assistance to them. And it's gonna be in divine alignment too. I can see that too with the things and opportunities that you know what I'm saying, get blessed with or get presented with.
Hey, you know what?
So
So you said divine alignment, right? Sometimes I look at the sun, moon, the stars, and I look down at the earth. I'm like, man, you guys are fucking setting an example that I guess I'm not one to follow, because you guys are all in divine alignment. The sun, like you said somebody that's going to be in your way, not in a negative way that you got to push them out the way, but the people, that the individuals, the energies you will encounter as you proceed down the path of your day, of yourself, right? To self knowledge or whatever you want to say, right? Now, the sun is set on its own course throughout the sky, and it shines light respectively, but then there's certain things that block some of the light, like clouds or trees or houses that cause shade and shit. But the sun doesn't get fucking worried. It just keeps shining its light. And then the moon itself, the feminine aspect, the sun don't even know how to fucking figure that motherfucker out, because half the time she's reflecting and half the time she's not. Then she can't even be seen for nothing. Then she's all full, just like the sun. But the sun still does its operation because it knows that the moon has a job to do. And what they do, both working together, and the earth gives them purpose. And then they plant purpose on the earth through seed, and then it germinates and shit, and we all get to live. So like when I look at nature in that form, I fall into like a deep sense of awe and mystery of like, if you guys are doing it and I'm here too, I'm sure that if I get like you guys, I can do it too. And for me, if somebody said, hey, Mental Ninja, what is the greatest thing you did to ever give back to mankind? I'm be like, nigga, I stopped drinking and drugging, nigga, and got my shit together so I won't be a tornado every time I come into your fucking, into your circumference.
Mm-hmm.
and the thing about the sun, what my daddy kind of broke down to me, like based on doing our research, that's the thing about my house. Like everybody in our house is conscious and on the wave, and you know what I'm saying, seeing
Yes.
stuff around his day. The
They
sun,
be feeling
bro,
good.
the sun gives itself, bro, selflessly, bro. The sun
Really?
doesn't ask for nothing back, doesn't expect nothing, but it gives us life daily. You see what I'm saying? So that's like I'll say me. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? The way the goal to get to is to give. You know what I'm saying? Selflessly. You see what I'm saying? Don't I
Do
know
you
something is
can I
coming,
ask
so
a
I don't.
question?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Do you think, let me ask your opinion on this. Do y'all think that it's possible that the sun gives us as well as we give the sun?
Oh
That
yeah.
okay, go ahead. I just want to hear that. All right, go ahead.
I know. I'm gonna say why, because we give the sun. This is how I look at it. I look at the names of the sun. It's called Sol in Greek. It's called
That part.
in the Vedic or the Hindu. It's called An in Egyptian, right? Solomon, or Solo man, or Sol, which is sun, Circle, which
Mhm.
is cipher, and then Mon, which is moon. So sun and moon and planet, and the
Mhm.
circle, the cipher is the completion of Earth. You know what I'm saying? Then you have
Look,
solar system, solar system, our system of
Soul,
souls.
air.
And if I look at the
Mhm.
sun, like I say this a lot, I look at the
You're in
sun,
there.
I'm looking directly into my own soul, the all life
right.
giver, the aspect, the
Bro,
collective conscious. So
we are here, bro. We are here in per, like they say, per se. We're here in per son. Per the sun, we are here. That's why we're children of the sun, a percentage of
Mhm.
that sun.
and
That's right.
even the word, hey, so the word influenza, the Spanish influenza, which is kind of indicative to the COVID, because they've been compared at 100 years apart, being roughly the same thing, right? Is that influenza? The word influenza means influence. It means star. It literally means the influence of the stars. That's where we get the word influence. It means of the stars and stuff, you know. But they're
Mhm.
doing their job and stuff. And the way I look at it is like, to answer her question, is that I think not only do the sun do for us, I think we do for the sun by completing the
Mhm.
cipher. It
That's
is
right.
literally, we,
And
like, I would say this. I'm gonna go ahead and step on a limb and say this. It's not in disrespect to any masculinity of any man or anything, and nothing against LGBTQ or nothing like that. But I would say the sun is masculine, and all the earth and all the people in it are feminine. They are the bridesmaid of the sun in that respective. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But the
Very
same
good
thing
level.
analogy.
with the moon is the opposite reflex perspective, that is the queen, and
Yes.
we are all the husbandmen, even the earth itself. So you have that perfect balance.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get into that one, Bill, bro. Willie, I'm gonna hit on that one day about that yellow and that golden. That's why they always use it and stuff. Like even with that Bruce, you know the what was that movie? The Bruce, is it Bruce Leroy movie? I know Ninja, you probably remember. I wish my eyes was up here now. You know that movie with the karate movie? Was it Bruce Leroy?
Bruce Lee.
Bruce
Yeah, the
Lee?
Bruce
No,
Leroy
not
and
Bruce
shit.
Lee. Now I know Bruce Lee. Now hold on now. Yeah, it was the black version of a karate
Yeah,
film. It was
Bruce
a
Lee,
funny movie,
Bruce
but
Leroy.
Bruce Leroy, right? Okay, yes, that. You know how they use like the when he was like getting in his little power, you could see like that golden ray around him. Do y'all remember that even about
Yep,
that?
That aura.
So
I
that's
remember.
part of that.
the chi.
That
You talking about the last
that's that crowning
dragon?
the golden. That
Yeah,
certain not Last
Yeah,
Dragon. He no Ninja. He talking about Last Dragon was with Jet Li, I think. He talking about
no,
something
Last
else.
Dragon is with
Ninja. He don't
Bruce
know. I
Leroy
don't think
and
he know what he
Shona.
talking about.
yeah, and sure enough, yeah, all of them.
That's the
I'm gonna
Last
get you
Dragon.
circle.
Oh, it is.
Hey,
That was Last Dragon.
and you know it's funny because like the use of the term Last Dragon, right?
Okay, it
Is
was.
it the dragon is
Yep.
very venerated in the occult,
Right.
especially in ancient religions and stuff. You know what I'm
It is.
saying? And the
Yep.
dragon's
Yep.
really important. It's reptilian, it's mammalian, it's amphibious, and it fucking represents fire as well and
The
air.
plume serpent.
Yeah, the plume serpent and stuff, and you know the 5% kind of have this idea of the black man being the original man of the planet Earth, and you can see it reflected in the sky above you, and you will see it reflected in the ground below you, and it's like,
Mhm.
wow, what the fuck? And the thing is, that's a heavy statement because if we are the original, that means that we have a job to do individually, independently, and shit. You know what I'm saying? To get this knowledge of self and shit, so we can continue
That's
on.
right.
The 5% also say that we lost this knowledge, that we fell away from it, almost in a state of
Yes.
sin. And we have to remember this. And it's not gonna, I'm not gonna say like Mental Ninja is gonna come up with a YouTube channel, it's gonna bring all the people of the nation, of the world together, and we're gonna be nah. This shit comes internally,
Yeah.
independently, and independently, like that. Fuck, like almost like the Christ
It's
consciousness of
your
Paul.
own epiphany. It's your own epiphany because you're gonna put everything in your life, and it's gonna be one specific little instance. You're like, okay, now this not making sense, and that's where we are now. It's got to get drastic, and it got to get like that tornado. It got to get record breaking for some people to see. And
And
so,
how do you let them see it? You just shine your light. That's all. That's really all you got to do. And the thing is, I'm so glad that the sun don't be like, oh, this nigga mental ninja. All right, I'm gonna stay right here over his head till he fucking look up and say what's up. It is like, all right, nigga, I'll see you tomorrow. You'll see me. But I think like I think that not saying there's anybody to blame, but you can just see the state of the human condition, especially on YouTube, when we have the ability, the technology to interact with people all over the fucking world on a single StreamYard and shit or a YouTube panel. And we can just like start doing character assessments. And like what I'll do is I'll inventory the whole entire room. Everybody, I'll inventory Sister Stole, I'll inventory everybody else, right? And find all the things that they're doing wrong. But the thing is, I don't want to let myself know, because that defeats the purpose. Is that if I spot it, that means I also have it. I'm aware of the action because I too act in that same behavior. And that's the whole thing about the deflection. If I can accuse somebody else of doing, if it's always the enemy is the white man, the boule, or this, or they stole this and that, it's eternal victimology. That's what it produces and stuff. Like, you know what? I don't have to change my life. They have to change.
Yep, it's them. It's not wrong with me. It's something wrong with them. See, they just need to heal themselves. They got to work on themselves. And then I'm just going to sit here because, see, I'm so sweet and humble, and that I'm so innocent, and that I ain't did nothing wrong. So I don't got to look at nothing I'm doing because, see, I'm good. I'm always perfect. It's the other person. So, yeah, you keep doing that, you'll never look in the mirror. You'll
Yeah,
never
I
look
mean,
in the mirror.
we're literally. I hear a narrative that's basically saying that the motherfuckers 2,000 years ago, but they better get their act together. And then we say the same thing. We want to do something for the children. It's like what we're doing. Like if I've noticed like on some panels, if it's a woman that comes up that they don't know, it's all peace, goddess, salute to the goddess, salute. You know, you don't salute a fucking woman. You kneel to her. You bow to her. You grovel before her eminence, right? And it's fucking caping, bro. It's trying to sound good in the public eye. That's what politicians do. You know what I'm saying? Then a young, a 17 or 18 under, oh, let the young God speak. He's a young God and shit. Oh, and they're like, oh, yes, elder. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, you are being so fucking fake, because when that 17-year-old turns 18, you're trying to cut his fucking head off. In the whole scheme of
you ain't
information.
Gonna have respect for, look, in 3 years, this look, men of ninja, in 3 years, this head on, boy, they just waiting to crack that head, boy.
The guillotine already
you done passed the line now, bro. We can get at you.
They got a noose with your name on it and shit. Hey, but look, so I'll say this, right? Me and you, we've had our interactions, but they've been combative a lot of times and stuff. But what we've learned not just to put up with each other for a time being, but to deal with each other for a time being. Then that comes to understanding each other, and like now we're on the same panel and shit. We can talk about whatever and shit. And I'm sure in the future we'll probably disagree.
It's the respect.
We earned respect with each other.
Yes, it's a manner, and as you know, even when I've argued with you, brother, because I'll say this now again, and when I've argued with you at time, I'll say that you're always respectful, no matter what, even if you done aggravated me, because I get in my way sometimes. I'm very sensitive and I'm very emotional, so sometimes I be in my feelings, and I know you don't mean it personally, but I be taking it personally. So I'm like, I be angry, so then I'm flipping out on you, and I'm getting mad and angry or something, not bad, but wait, I still shouldn't have said whatever I say, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I be feeling bad, and then you'll still say something, but it's still respectful, and then I feel worse, like, damn it, he's always respectful, but this is what a man does, and this is why I can respect Mental Ninja. You have to have respect for, a respectful person, regardless of whether you agree with him, like him, this, and that. And I do like Mental Ninja. He's a respectful guy. He hasn't done anything personally to me. I haven't had a problem. We have disagreements. That goes anyway. I had disagreements with my kids, so that don't mean nothing. But it's just the respect. They just don't have the respect. Have respect and morals. Can we just try to have a little of those two things?
Mutual, right.
Hey, look, on top of that, right, is that, I do push button. I have that ability to troll, and I'll do it in the most cunning, immature way possible and shit. And sometimes my goal is like, all right, like, so this one thing I've noticed, right, is I can walk around a Walmart or a Walgreens and the fucking white security guard will follow me around the store because he believes I'm going to steal something. The cop will see me get in my car. He'll do a double take. He'll pull into the parking lot because I have a black car. I'm black. I got 20-inch rims and dark windows and my music's loud, right? They will make an assessment of me doing wrongdoing or be at fault just because of how I look. I receive the same treatment by many people on YouTube because I'm in a secret society or because I tell them I took the vaccination. But they don't realize I tell them that because one, I don't have a problem with being honest to my fellows at all. I've learned how to do it and be okay with it, whether that is received or not. But what happens is I start to get the same feelings that to them, I am a fucking nigger and they are fucking crackers and shit. They're looking at me from that angle. Oh, well, you're in a secret society, so therefore you're not one of us. Like, nigga, I will beat your ass up in public and take the charge. I don't care what color we are and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's for me why I choose to be respectful, because I know what kind of person I can be. And I don't have to. I say that. I stress that. I don't have to be that person today, even though it's all that motherfucker's always right there standing. You see, you talking to me, he's right there next to you listening. And I think that people like, and if I don't say I don't try to consider myself a teacher, right?
For a second, bro.
No, it's all good. I don't consider myself a teacher, right? But my main agenda is to express the ability that an individual can remain an individual without the influence of the crowd, without succumbing to the genius of the crowd and shit. And that's why a lot of times I take separate stances. I hear what one person says, I hear another person say. I agree with both, and then I disagree with both. And I say, well, what do I want out of both agreement and disagreement? And I'll come to my own formulation and I'll fucking submit that for peer review for the peers to listen to. And sometimes it's received, sometimes it's not. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I get to live with the fact that, you know what, I made my own decision today for whatever was presented to me. I didn't have to automatically conform, but there's hella shit that we talk about I fucking eternally love, like the shit we talk about today. I'm in total agreement with everything. You know, well, damn near so far. You know what I'm saying? If I don't, I'll speak on it. And I'm not trying to attack you, say you're wrong. It's like, you know, I was thinking about this. How's that sound? Niggas like, kill him. That's how it sounds.
What does the panel think about this? I just had a thought, like, given the last 6-7 months that everybody been doing this, you know, this community been doing the research, the ones that have, and finding, you know what I'm saying, the treasures, the hidden buried treasures that we've been finding and coming across. And I was just looking at, you know, so people was always in the builds, it would come up, you know what I'm saying, the courses of action that would need to be, you know, or prospectively or hypothetically need to be taken, you know what I'm saying, once everybody get they paperwork and, you know what I'm saying, everything together, they know, you know what I'm saying, kind of where they land and stuff is, like, then everybody was, you know, going to the next little inherent barrier, you know, and they head up. But what we gonna do to, you know what I'm saying, get these people off our land and woo. And, you know, I was thinking about that too. Like, okay, we got, you know what I'm saying, end up forming a little militia, some kind of security, law enforcement, whatnot. But then, like, after Saturday, and I started, like, just listening to the, you know what I'm saying, the places, the important, like, you know, they're going to report the important places, you know what I'm saying, for the breaking news. And I'm like, because different channels, you're going to get different little stories, but you'll use them all to put the story together. So as I'll check out all the little, you know what I'm saying, YouTube videos that was covering it, what happened down there or what happened over the weekend. Out of the 6 states that they claimed that the thing covered in the 200 miles that it was on the ground, 4 states had an Amazon facility hidden.
Wait,
4.
hold on, brother. Hold on. I think I missed something you said. What the heck happened? Back up a little bit. What story are you talking about? Because I'm totally unaware of whatever you're speaking on right now.
Over this last weekend, they had that massive, that big record-breaking tornado that tore through Arkansas, little Missouri panhandle, went up through Tennessee, Kentucky, wore all them out. The tornado was on the ground for 200 miles.
I didn't even feel any of that. We didn't even have no bad winds, no nothing. So I'm surprised. So what are they saying happened behind that?
It happened 2:00 in the morning, but so I went through it terrified. It tore the place up. It was record breaking on the ground, winds and destruction and all that. But I was taking just cue to the places that they was reporting and the places and the inhabitants that was there. So I'm like, okay. And out of the 4, I've seen about 4 different stories. But out of 4 states, Kentucky, Missouri, I think Arkansas, and another state, all there, the tornado hit their state, but it hit an Amazon warehouse facility in each one of those states.
Are you serious?
Yes, Amazon warehouse facility.
Why?
And this was 2:00 in the morning. The thing hit at 2:00 in the morning, but we know how Amazon works people to death. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't, you know, for them to be open 24 hours. But just I seen it. Like I said, I looked at it as a divine. Some of that divine stuff was coming through, and I'm like, see, that done took out 2 stones in one. Because if they done got their house wiped out, folks got to leave. Like Katrina people had to leave their land. And so when folks try to
another way. Another way to look at it,
Mm.
right, or which came to my mind, is that maybe it wasn't really nature, but you know how humans have historicity of building things on special places. You know what I'm saying? And they're all, in a sense, kind of used as some kind of like almost religious. In a sense, we could say the modern day we look at it as religion, but we can look at it as spiritual, energetic, what they call phi lines and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And if these Amazon buildings were built on a certain spot and a tornado ripped through those certain spots, then what we have is like it almost looks like they're building their fucking Amazons on vortex, whatever that
on places that
certain
they're not
energies
supposed to
align
be.
at.
And now it's on places that it's not supposed to be in with them going around just acquiring stuff because they got the money because they didn't put through up 3 facilities within my county here in Wyandotte County, Kansas. They done threw up
No,
3 in the last year.
what I'm
So,
saying is
so
that they're
Amazon, I think, overdoing it. But I was gonna correlate that to that 12 inches and 100-mile-per-hour winds they had down there on Big Island of Hawaii as well. When we start
yeah,
talking
we got
about
some shit right now out here. There's like literally it's like a fucking desert hurricane over us right now in Nevada and Vegas. You know what I'm saying? It's on radar. It looks like a hurricane with it spiraling out and shit. You know, but like I said, like, you know, the cities where the cities are built aren't just by happen chance. They're not just fucking niggas. Like, this is a beautiful valley and shit. You know what I'm saying? There may be not to our available like education knowledge and shit that all these places that we find major cities were built on special
oh,
on places that were
bro,
understood.
bro, trust they knew. That's why that's why they took the efforts to cover it up. Just like Disneyland and all that is right by a hella energetic ancient site.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
All
got
of their
East Bay
amusement
Wall,
Take it
parks,
over. Yep.
the
all
East Bay
their
Wall and
amusement
shit.
parks, they bring us, they know it's high energy, but they bring us there to divert our energy, not on the energy of the site, but of the energy that they're presenting via entertainment or some kind of amusement park or something
Mhm.
like that. Even the golf courses I've come across because I play golf. And I don't come to find out they done built these golf courses on top of my people's stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look, like even
Yes, on the
in Las
mountains.
Vegas, right? Like Las Vegas, like we're like in Sloan Canyon, which is like on the very outskirts of Las Vegas before you like start getting the state line. There's the fucking it's the most petroglyphs in any location in the whole nation is here. And then on the
Really?
exact opposite side, outside of right past Nellis, is the Valley of Fire, where they have this one very special petroglyph. And these are all ancient historical sites. You know what I'm saying? And like I believe that, you know, through engineering, not just like mechanical, but celestial energy and engineering, and even
Mhm.
and on an earthly plane, that if one wants to, they're going to find out these ley lines, these key points, these chakras, these vortexes,
Yeah.
and they're going to learn to like that these things can be manipulated, even if because they're part of the powers of the earth, the powers that bind us all.
But you know they do they have though, bro. They've already done that. They use those places. They make specific buildings into these ley lines intentionally. Churches, a lot of
Exactly.
churches, especially the big, huge churches, they are made on specific ley lines and in certain altitudes so that when people go in there, they're feeling these energies. And this is why when they go in there, I know church is real. Yes, because I get in, I felt it. I felt it for myself. Man, they will beat you down if you tell them they feel the spirit up on them. And they're not lying and they're telling the truth because what happens is they're feeling this energy and they don't understand
Right.
that the energy is from each other and they're built. Man, this I don't even want to get into that. It's just
Hey,
so
look,
sad to me how they be
sister soul.
manipulating and using our
That's how
people
like
sick.
I'm gonna
But
speak
go
on
ahead, bro.
this
Mhm,
in the OTO, right? Like how ritual is used, right?
mhm,
Is ritual is used much in the same
mhm,
way acupuncture is used. Every step, every motion, every word, every
mhm.
gesture, everything is designed to literally create a new cosmogony the same as the earth one or celestial one and manipulate key points of it. And every individual, like it's like acupuncture on your body. You put the fucking needle where where that vortex is, and we can
Yep.
have earthly acupuncture. Like Area 51 out here is built literally on a fucking ritual ground that was used by, you know, a member of the OTO. They fucking open a portal, and now Area 51 is right there where that place is at. So these are the
Yeah,
highest of high sciences and shit.
Yeah, they've been opening portals back since bro, 4,000.
forever.
Yeah, they got portals right now up there
Man,
on Mount Shasta that they're trying to open up. They
I
got
love
man,
Mount Shasta. I go there once a year. I love
they
wow.
that
try to
place.
open up. They try to open up portals in Mount Shasta and all kind of stuff. But see, they go to no avail because they don't, what I'm saying, got the all the internal tools that they need or energetic tools that they need. They don't They don't have those things. So that's why they usually got to tag one of us along as a token just to have the energy
like
on scene.
manipulate and do things with these. Yeah. True.
Hey, that's why the government. That's why the
Mm-hmm.
government locked down part. Oh, my bad. You're coming in and out. But like, that's why the government
Oh,
locked down a
let me
part
mute
of
for a
Mount
second. It's
Shasta.
probably the computer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the
And that,
government locked down part of Mount Shasta because the legend has it is that there's an underground city called Telos that was where the survivors of the ancient continent of Lemuria still exist. You know what I'm saying? And Mount Shasta
and it
is
earth,
the earth chakra for the planet. It is the first chakra. You know what I'm saying? And that's like all these things are important, but this is how I look at it. Especially like let's say we're in a new age, we transitioned from the solar age to the new age, from the age of Pisces to Aquarius or whatever it is and shit, right? And there's a conscious movement going through the stream of life itself and all things living and non-living that are part of this whole makeup. Then the
because
powers that be, they don't want people waking up. It must be heavy fucking distractions, like nonstop distractions, because the
we're under
people, once they get tuned into their own frequency of their own personal tie in this existence, then they'll be connected. And you don't want them to be connected because we're talking about in an aspect that all human beings are God. You want to
it's
keep God as dumb to itself so you can manipulate God and use that use
it's a
God
light
as an energy
code
source.
lockdown, bro. For the last 2,000 years, the age of Pisces, which is the fish. Now we'll all go deeper with the fish and then the ishness that we're dealing with. But that was the age of the fish, which is the age of doubt and belief and uncertainty. So now, and then at the same time, that coincides with the lockdown and the little limited information that's been disseminated past the last 3 or 4 generations by the time you can't find your ancestors no more. You see what I'm saying? But after that light code lockdown, some more information is going to be coming from the solar system. You know what I'm saying? Our sun and the rest of the stars, suns, you know what I'm saying, that we're shifting into. We're shifting into their, you know what I'm saying, their focus. It's a
What they're
whole
trying to
different,
cover up with the
yes,
terraforming in the
ma'am.
skies, brother. I know you know about that.
And
But I
another
hear
thing
you.
too,
I
right?
hear what you're saying. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
So, the age positioning switch is based on the sun. All ages are based on the sun's position in any coordinates of whatever zodiac sign,
The
right?
house.
And the
The
wheel
house.
moves backwards, not forward. The wheel moves backwards, really. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, well, they don't talk about astrology as far as the science is that before it's based on the sun, it's based on the moon, and that is why Cancer July comes before August, right? Because Cancer is the feminine aspect that allows the creation for the August of the sun aspect and stuff. And if you notice over the past 2 years, since the pandemic has happened, all the special moons we've been having, strawberry moon, wolf
Bro,
moon, rabbit
and the
moon,
sun,
this
the
moon.
moon, and the sky at the same time. They be like at 10 and 2, like the driving hands. I'm like,
Bro,
what?
we've had like two different eclipses in the past
It
30,
was
40
like that
days.
today.
Yes, sir. The total
You know what I'm
solar
saying?
and damn near
Yeah.
total lunar. Yes, yes, sir.
So like when they talk about corona, see the thing is nobody really knows on wax that's promulgated like information when
That's
this shift
correct.
into the new age happens. But I think that it is happening now. That we are
It
not the
is.
2021 or
Oh yeah.
2012, but it's happening now because of the operation of the moon, and then we have the coronation of the sun to be crowned. The coronavirus to be crowned, and the
The
virus
correct,
as a
bro.
viral change.
And like I said, when they said coronavirus, I automatically pulled the alchemy on that because coronavirus, that'll be ones without the sun. You know what I'm saying? If we're sun people, there can't be a sun virus. The sun virus would affect the sunless folks amongst us. So I'm like, okay, well, 'cause the coronavirus might be a planned attack, but it's going to ultimately backfire because y'all don't have the elements to be able to fight this at all on the chemical level or the etherical level, which leads to our chemical composition. So you can't attack the sun. You see what I'm saying? So they try to throw, like I say, they try to throw the little chemtrails our way, you know what I'm saying? But that's through the food and the other little, you know what I'm saying, liquids, even though they're putting it in the air. Y'all just trying to chemtrails on us, but see, it's not going to work.
Even like using the word coronavirus, if we are the children, like you said, we are the children of the sun, and knowledge
I'll
is
claim
the
the
sun,
virus.
and knowledge is man, right? The original man, which is the black man, right? Then calling it coronavirus is basically saying that your knees are against you. It's almost like saying you're one of your own energetic properties. They're trying to turn it into a virus that makes you afraid of your own nature and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And like,
And to
so
help that, they
real
need
quick,
messengers. They need somebody to
Exactly.
send those messengers for that little circle that you're talking about to be complete. They need messengers for that.
yeah, and
Yep.
check this out, right? Is that in the OTO and Thelema, we have the same kind of concept called the age of Horus or the new Aeon, which is the crown and conquering child, which is the sun. It is basically the return of Ra to avenge his father Osiris from Set. Now, if we look at the children
That's
of the
the Corona
sun, who are the
sun.
children? Who is the child of Osiris? It is Ra. And what is Ra doing? He is avenging Set, who Set would fit the position of Yakub's crafted devil out of the 5% of knowledge and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and the thing with the black people, right, is black people or whatever. I know if I say the word black, people get mad, but I hope you understand what I'm talking about and not looking at saying, oh, well, this is a law form. If you subscribe to law as
It's
the truth, then you're
colloquial,
still
Will.
subscribing
For
to the
those
white
that be
man's
in chat,
law.
it's colloquial. It's colloquial, family. So don't take offense. It's
Yeah,
colloquial. So we can
it's
all be
whatever.
on
If
the
I
same
say
page.
brown, red is brown anyway. So, nigga, either one, how you want to. But I'm sure we understand what I mean. Black people, I'm talking
Right.
about melanated people that look like us. I'm not talking about VCRs that are black or scrying mirrors and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that the set is set. It was basically introduced into the whole scheme of things of this myth to give it a purpose, to give it adventure and shit. You know what I'm saying? The myth is centered around
Give it
Osiris,
control.
Isis, and the sun. You know what I'm saying? So one thing that I try to like suggest is that instead of worrying about white people and them being this and that, remember who the hero is. You are the hero of your story. And by default, while you're the hero, there has to be a villain. And if it's not a villain from the outside, you defeat that one, you will always have the villain
Hmm.
on the inside. And then you also see the correspondence in the sky too, where the sun and moon can be looked at either dancing or warring for power of light over the earth. Either way, it's a form of harmony and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think that consciously for the melanated people of not just the North American continent, but the Aboriginal or original man of the earth, I feel that we are having the availability to transition spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically and psychically into a new way of thought. But that comes through heavy fucking rebuttal from the forces that make it possible. Like you have the fish that's swimming upstream. It's an uphill battle, it's an upstream battle, but that's how it's designed. So don't get caught up in the hill. Just know that you're on your path and you will succeed because in your very DNA of who you are.
Hey, and my thing is, I do it like this. Since they want to try to, they want to name it Corona, and Corona deals with me, I went ahead and took ownership of the fucking virus. So I start casting that motherfucker on motherfuckers these days. Shit, let's do it like that. So I want to have it out here. It's in my name. So I feel, and I'm speaking the power now. I'll start casting my Corona, my crown virus on motherfuckers.
Hey, look,
Let's do
even
that.
with that being said, coronavirus, right? COVID-19. Corona means crown. It is also the corona of the sun. That is the crown. The crown is purple, though. You know what I'm saying? That the crown is really purple and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at the rainbow of the spectrum, violet is the last realm of the spectrum before it circles back into red. You know what I'm saying? And you have ultraviolet and shit like that. And what's the other? Infrared. They're
Infrared.
connected, right? They're two parts the same, but basically it's shifting to another octave. Now you have COVID. Co means together. Vid literally means to see. 19. And what is 19 in the tarot deck? You can look up any tarot deck. 19 is the card's number for Atu. And who is Atu? Atu is the sun. Some cards it says Atu. Most cards it will say the sun. The sun is number 19. The moon is number 18. You know what I'm saying? So if we can't look at this as being our own, like if we're saying that the children of the sun are genetically, mentally, physically, emotionally, and psychically tied to the nature of existence, then this is how we're able to see it. But by calling it a virus and making everybody do this and that in oppose of it, it's almost like, no, bro, that throne and that crown, it's poisonous. So you won't put the throne on, or you won't sit on the throne and take your crown and your scepter and become and step into your divine royalty.
That's facts.
Hey, but look, Black Stallion, look, let me say this, right? Is that by law, I don't I'm a convict, so by black meaning that for the law, I break that law because I break all the other laws because I'm a convict. So really doesn't hold any weight to base myself on a white man's law to justify what is and what isn't. That's all I want to say about that black thing. But I understand what you mean. Based out their law. Wait a minute, your name's Black Stallion, bro. What the fuck? I just noticed that. I just noticed that.
The irony.
Yeah, right.
That gives immediate troll vibes.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like be on it.
But if you come in speaking on your name, I mean, that straight up, you know what I'm saying? You're not trying to bring Legos to the challenge, and we trying to build over here.
Yeah, you know, one thing too, right, is of all the ideas I've heard of how we can classify each other, I've never heard one that says you can classify yourself. Before the Aboriginal, like, hold up, people cannot call themselves black or African, everything call themselves Aboriginal and indigenous. Like, damn, I didn't know you can do that. But even further, so what if I wanted to come up personally with my own identification? Is that allowed? Like, nope, you have to pick one of what we're showing you. You cannot pick your own because then you can.
No, I think you have the right to self, you know, so you have the right to self-declare. I mean, you can declare what you want as long as you're Aboriginal indigenous. Now, what after it comes after indigenous really is null and void because indigenous trumps everything. So really no questions that nobody should, you know what I'm saying? I see that anybody should be able to pose that you should be obligated to answer based off that. I mean, you can be indigenous.
What I'm saying is like, if a person like, so you must have these certain amount of letters arranged in a certain way that sounds like Aboriginal indigenous for us to even validate your card.
But it's more than that. It's your genealogy and your bloodline because your paper trail should lead you nowhere to here. So that number one is like that's the ace of spades and the two jokers right there. Because if your paperwork ain't to here, then it's your story and that storyline is going to be suspect. But where I come from, paperwork, and like I said, to the point that they want to lose, you know what I'm saying, lose our shit. That's where I'm at. Like I want to see the shit that y'all hiding or act like didn't nobody exist. Because if I have mothers and fathers and great grand, they was here too. Especially
like my whole thing with the Aboriginal idea, which I said it's a dope idea, it's a dope concept and in consideration. But like, nigga, I'm the most Aboriginal I will ever be. Is I'm the first, the original, and the only me that will ever fucking exist. You can't get more Aboriginal than that. But then we're looking to show a land. And I think one thing too, like we're talking about land rights and stuff. I really believe the only way to get land back is to stop. Hey, look, listen, let me say this real quick. The only way to get land back is to stop putting value in the idea of having it. Because it's all based on supply and demand. Now all the land is basically owned by the government and all the corporations of the world. So what's the last land left? The land of the mind.
No, they only own the property. They're an occupant. They can't own land because only Aboriginals are heirs to the land. So they can own the property or the estate that's upon the land, and then maybe extract whatever through their businesses or whatever little ABC they got behind that. But as far as the land, LAND, the terraformer here, that's in everybody our names. Only our names.
What I'm saying is, like, I personally don't believe that anybody can own a cloud, let alone a sun ray, let alone anything that it touches. I think that we can come up with concepts for seclusion of these ideas, but like literally, if there's a fucking earthquake, like literally laying down and grabbing the ground is not going to stop the earthquake at all.
That's
period.
Not going to change the ley lines, though. I mean, the ley lines in the what do they say, the coordinates are still going to be there. So I mean, the coordinates just have to shift accordingly. And we got the people that done surveyed the land before, and we've built back after stuff done. We haven't dealt with this reoccupation and divvied in, and you know what I'm saying, breaking down on folks' trust and things like that, and then scattering the information. You know what I'm saying? Once everybody gets back.
and that's the thing that I see for me personally. I'm not saying that's how it is, but me personally, in observation, I kind of see like, to defeat the system, we're actually basing our attack on the system, using the system itself through trust and land deeds and shit. Like me personally, bro, I really don't. Me personally, I don't care about owning land. Owning land does not make me smarter, faster, taller, or live longer and stuff. It'll just be an acquirement of something I can say I had until I'm dead and I no longer have, and it'll be passed on to whoever takes care of it will take care of it. You know what I'm saying? I
You
think that
already have that because there's some land that you should have right now with that same little scenario.
my family got land. Yeah, my family got land in Mississippi. We got a bunch of land. We got tombs and fucking cemeteries, and we had a town, but now we just have land in that town. But like, land, it can be. I mean, the idea can be taken away. If you got 20 people that wants to take one person's land, it's gonna be hard for that motherfucker unless that nigga's small on some Rambo shit.
Taking the land and search. Just pay me. The state, all the money in the taxes they go see. That's what's gonna lift the niggas out of poverty. If we just start getting the royalties and the rent, because most of the landlords now and the people that own houses that people rent now live out of state. I say we should just flip the script.
What do you do with that money though? See, the thing is, the money game is one of the biggest tricks, the deadly trick, is that so we're gonna get the money and we're not gonna just hold on to a fucking bunch of money like we held on to a bunch of land, like what Saddam Hussein got caught with $5 billion in suitcases on a fucking hole in the ground, is holding on to that shit. You know what I'm saying? You have to actually use that money. And how the system works is that the tax on that money, the dollar bill can generate infinite of let's say there's 7.5 billion people on the planet. $1 bill can generate $7.5 billion in interest of the, saying, and
that's why we're gonna do away with the debt. See, that's the debt net interest game that the global bankers came up with. That's something that we wasn't dealing with in the first place. That's something that was introduced and then kind of gagged. We was gagged with that.
But what they're doing is they're taking the tax and they're paying the people to build more shit and then taxing them with the payment that they give them to pay them again. So they're super smart in allowing us to build a fucking prison for us, for them. For them that will house us. Everything we're building is built with tax money and shit. And if you look at the national debt being some $1 trillion, that is equal to the taxes that on a dollar and shit. So there is no debt. They're just like, our money's not real. Their tax is real.
Everything's already paid for because we got the money. They pull and borrow from our trust, and then they get fronted the money, from China, whoever else takes those little bonds.
But that's the fucked up thing is, who the fuck gets to set if I have a trust or not if it's not me? That's where the fucking trap, even the noose tightens even more. Like, they're setting a trust for us. Like, who has that ability to set my lifespan and how long the sun will shine?
Our trust was said when they came.
Hey, brothers, can y'all hear me real quick?
Yeah.
Hello?
You about to end it, huh?
Yeah, let me just say something a little off subject, right? Rest in peace to a young man I knew before he came out of his mama's belly, right? He got shot and killed coming by the playground near his home 2 days ago. 25 years of age. He spoke his mind. He wasn't he ain't take no junk from nobody, but he wasn't a troublemaker. He didn't start trouble, any of that. So rest in peace to Walter Evans Jr. I am stating that right now. And I want to play a song for him real quick, guys. This is just on my personal thing. Got nothing to do with what we talking about, but I want to take a few minutes to do that real quick. So give me about 2 minutes, y'all, real quick.
All in gay, King I connivers, all in the gay, all in the gay.
It's all in the game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in the game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in the game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in the game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in black and Arabian nights, we riding on horseback, playing up piano, Alicia Keys. G's on the track. MC8, the racks that put the men that's on the track. When the Vickers so they hit the dope, they when they ran the trap. We bored the coca leaves and we whipped it in the crack. Whipped the Lincoln Navigator, put the nation on the map. Invested in real estate, I'm trying to buy the block back. Yeah, that's generational wealth, how we fall, no cap. Blood residue on my fingertips, look like tree sap. Empty Hennessy bottle, hit the throttle on the Hellcat. Blowing excited models, be blowing me with my seat back. Ecstasy inside of luxury cars, this a Maybach. Godfather of soul, this the big payback. Pulling strings like Boosie Collins, Sheila E's on the hi-hat. Walking the tightrope, in the circus, it's a high act. Better not lose focus or you might just fall in the game. Game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in the game. Game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in the game. Game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in the game. Game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. I was a big Willie Popper as a younger roaming the streets. Penny candy flipping nickels and dimes what started me. Coca-Cola bottle tops and trying to see a quarter ski. Negotiating wholesale prices to get a lower fee. Before I hit the court, I ball. Skip the lawyer fee. Trying to see residual incomes, talking royalty. Trying to get the bite to eat the milk spoiled thing. Roaches in a box of cereal, call them lottery. These are building blocks, Grandpapa call them mortary. Papa said that bigger give a chance if he saw the king marching on Washington. Walking on water from Atlanta, he a martyr. He was trying to get his sovereignty. A hawk from Atlanta trying to get up out this quarantine. Forest fire burning, man, I always play the desert Eve. Bitch, I'm an Atlanta brave, I ain't never been a slave. Deion fucking Sanders on the corner, bitch, it's all in the game. Game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in the game.
Gotta make sure everything stay out here. For them to do whatever they want to do. They should be able to walk in the store, walk in school, walk home, whatever they want to do without being bothered, without being tampered with. They should be able to be home to us every time.
It's all in the game. Put the game up on the board. Words hit me, Lord. Even if I didn't have to be on the board, agree. Hit me mental.
Thanks for coming up, bro.
All I want
Appreciate
to do is be me. I do breathe easy. Even if I hadn't didn't listen easy. I was a nigga with attitude. Crazy. Hear me, man. I was words with amazing. Even if I didn't bring a brung big guns, bang. Hear me, man. The sunshine. Hear me, man. I rhyme. Drinking the wine. Hear me eating the bread a loaf. Hear me, man. I'm an overdose. And you know that I've been dope. Every word I quote float on the waters like a boat. Oh shit. I be shining. Hear me, man. I be blinding them. Him and never see. But they better eat they Wheaties. I be cheating on the game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in the game. Game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in the game.
Protect our babies, y'all.
Oh yeah. Game of connivers. It's all in the game. Game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in the game. Game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in the game. Game of the streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in the game. The streets, game of survivors, oh yeah, game of connivers. It's all in the game. The streets, game of survivors, game of the hustlers, game of connivers. It's all in the game.
These kids be caught up in the whole game of life. Whatever's going on in somebody else's life, they don't care. They don't care about what's going on in your life. They're worried about what they're doing, manipulation, games, stealing, robbing, shooting, killing. No care, no consideration, no love out here in these streets. These kids have no mental, moral stability. We got to get our minds right, y'all. We got to get these kids together. All this talking and, oh, we're doing this and we're doing this. I want to build a nation. I want to do this. I want to do that. No shots at nobody that's really doing something right now, right? But in all matter of fact, all this talk is like, we really need to be doing something. It's like, me included, I do what I can, but I'm sure there's more I could be doing. I'm trying to every day make sure I'm making a way that, the ones that are after me aren't going through the struggles that we are going through, falling under these people's lies, manipulation, being used, surplus for the energy, all that. We got to really be coming together. People be thinking it's a game. I mean, some people may just talk, oh, yeah, I'm for the community. Oh, I'm here for you. This, and that. We're this, and that. I mean, y'all can't even respect each other. You can't even do something so small. So how you here for a community or here to help anybody? I expect you to be loving on me or protecting me from what's going on in this world, or protecting me physically if we're in the community together, when there's not even a little bit of respect from people. I mean, it's just sad. It's sick. I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to say that rest in peace to Charles Evans Jr. I'm gonna read this short article, guys. Just so y'all can hear it. I'm not gonna read the thing, but some of it. Rochester man was killed in a shooting near school number 17 on Orchard Street Sunday night. It was the city's 80th homicide of the year. See why I got out of there. I had to get out of New York. It was nothing crazy stuff going on. Mandates and killings. No sooner as I left, they were talking about how people carjacking people and doing all this weird stuff. All of a sudden, I'm like, what? So yeah, this is like absurd. And this right here was very shocking to me. So yeah, I just have to say that. It was the 80th homicide of the year, according to the investigation. While Queries Evans, 25, was involved in an argument with an unknown individual near school number 17, the playground, around 6:30 p.m. when he was shot. Mind you, this is around the corner from his home, guys. Um, this playground on Campbell Street is like a block and a half, not even a full 2 blocks from this child's house. Well, he's a grown man, but from his house. When he was shot, he was taken to a local hospital in a private vehicle, but succumbed to his injuries a short time after his arrival. So basically, that's kind of what happened. And yeah, I just want to make sure that I noted, and I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days. I'm not there, obviously. I can't make that trip, but I definitely am thinking about him and the family and sending out, all my love as usual. It's just a horrible situation when, you can't just walk from the park. I'm pretty sure him and his little friends, they used to like walk around, go to the basketball court up there at the Campbell Street Park. So he probably was just up there playing some ball. He coming back. So it said he got into an argument with somebody. Somebody probably said something to him, and it kind of went from there. Because he's not gonna back down. And people are ignorant and rude, and sometimes you have to just walk away from people. You don't have to let nobody do nothing completely rude or disrespectful, but sometimes you can just ignore this stuff. But yeah, Chief, how you feeling, Chief, about everything you guys are talking about, basically? Because I know I kind of interrupted y'all, bro. I'm sorry about that. That was on my mind, and I wanted to make sure I did that real quick for I get out of here
I
this
mean,
evening.
we was just piggybacking and just popcorning back and forth. But I think we were speaking on.
You got kind of low, bro.
I said no. I said we were speaking on the land. I was speaking, start speaking myself, trying to get my thoughts together. But we was on the land situation. And he was trying to say that like the land, so once you get the land, like what's the land? He was trying to figure out, like, I don't know kind of what he was trying to figure out, but he was like, once you get the land, like the land ain't really worth nothing. What you gonna do with the land, and what you gonna do with the money? I'm like, we can do whatever we want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
the land is power. The land is influence. The land is, potential. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So even if you have to do, because he brought up, I think, an earthquake or something. So what if something like, bro, that's not going to mess up the ley lines. It's not going to mess up the coordinates. Now, if the land needs to be, earth moved, I mean, we're capable of doing that. But once we get control and jurisdiction in that part of our land, then the sky's the limit. I mean, like kind of like now, we could have our own niggas on, and you know what I'm saying, all that. You know what I'm saying? So. But that's the point, that we need, that I think is just most detrimental. But I think we've been, like I said, from the beginning, we've been kind of falling away from that slowly but surely, because I think these other, interests have just popped up, or, a quick come up or something like that, or a quick hustle, I guess. There's not no real skill involved. You see what I'm saying? Because like this internet, that takes people's skills away, I guess, except their creativity, but that's only going to be a fad. I mean, so we not, coming up with nothing. I mean, everybody getting a clothing line. I mean, I got some stuff but I wanted to do that based on being a walking billboard. So if I wanted to put some on a shirt, I want it to be read and noticed, and a message and some thinking and something like that to be, going with what they just, seen, ocularly. So that's what I wanted to, because I had like a clothing line idea of like title tees, like you know what I'm saying, little specific codes that deal with us, you know what I'm saying, Aboriginals, or you know what I'm saying, stuff that didn't set precedents and stuff like that, that like that's in like law books that but people don't read. But if it's printed on a shirt, it's still the same law that you know what I'm saying covers everybody, you know what I'm saying, that's under this specific amendment law section, this whatever that we can actually use in commerce or whatever. So that was my, you know what I'm saying, idea that I had, just based on I didn't want to wear nothing just to be fashionable. I wanted it to say something, be like I said, a walking billboard that's gonna give somebody some juice that they can
Right.
use. You see what I'm saying? So I'm working. That'll be, you know, if I was gonna go there, that'll be a route that I can go. So it's not just something you can wear. You can actually internalize and use this as a record. You see what I'm saying? 'Cause everybody don't have law books. But if you put these certain things, you know, get people started, these certain cases that got precedence and like all that stuff, like that's another way of getting that information out to the masses without everybody buying a book. You see what I'm saying? Because it might be a
That's
couple of the
that's
certain
true.
few pages that you need in the whole 500-page book, but the most important and imperative things to you and yours is locked up, you know what I'm saying, about 10 pages. But see, like I said, I'm thinking about a clothing line on that, you know what I'm saying, concept and aspect. But
Okay, interesting.
it'd be title T's because it'd be like our titles, and then stuff is listed, title this, title such and such. But this would be the title, you know what I'm saying, the title T's, either T-shirts or, you know what I'm saying, like something, you know what I'm saying, with like everything could kind of be, you know what I'm saying, meaning the same thing, no matter how you kind of look at it. So it's a brand type. So yeah, that's the idea that, you know what I'm saying, if I was going to go there, but that's not, you know what I'm saying, it's not seem like it's something that I just want to jump into and get off, you know what I'm saying, getting this
Right,
information
right.
for me and others. But
Willie said, "What's the name of the book, dear?"
the book,
Hmm.
no, I was talking about. I was saying if I was gonna come up with a clothing line, it'll be like the name of the clothing line. It'll be like title T. You know what I'm saying? The title, and then you know what I'm saying. T, so like title, and then royalty. You see what I'm saying? I was kind of playing on that. The title T of it. You see what I'm saying? That these title T. You know what I'm saying? Title T. So I was gonna try to tie all that into a, you know what I'm saying, clothing line. Title T will be the name of the clothing line, but certain shirts will, you know what I'm saying, feature whatever title, you know what I'm saying, that we all come like got to give with other people to see stuff that we need to
Right.
be informed on, you know what I'm saying? Because I need to be informed at the same time. So I'm gonna try to use my gathering information, but somebody else that already kind of know the law, be easier to kind of, you know what I'm saying, go through and, you know what I'm saying, maneuver that space. So yeah, that's what I'm waiting on. But it'll come. It's gonna come. Like I said, I
Hmm.
ain't even worried.
Right. Sounds like it. I know that's right, bro. You already know. Put it into motion. It's gonna go. That's what I'm saying. Gotta get it moving. Mhm. Well, I thank you for coming up, bro. I appreciate you. Definitely make sure you come through to jump up at anytime I had the panel open. A lot of times I'll get up here, say what I have to say. Sometimes I open it up because I might want to hear what somebody's thinking about what I'm talking about or something. So,
Right.
feel free to jump up. Don't feel like, oh, I want to talk about what she's saying or whatever. But I just would like opinions sometimes. Sometimes I'm just thinking in my own head. So, yeah, feel free to join me anytime when I put the link out there. I enjoy interaction, and I like to hear other people's thoughts. I'm not the one that's trying to overcrowd anybody's thoughts. I like to
Right. I
explore
appreciate
them.
that because
Actually,
you
I
get that
enjoy it.
feel too. You get that feel from other folks' pages. Like it's not no, it's enough, you know what I'm saying, space for everybody. But like people, like I said, people's personalities, egos get going, and then those egos
Yeah.
somehow form alliances and stuff. So you got an
Right, right,
alliance
right. The
of
alliance game. Oh
egos.
no.
so yeah. But
Yes, yes. All right, bro. Well, I appreciate you. Yeah, it's been about 2 hours. I don't like a bill to be too long unless it's really, really great. Not to say that you're not talking about anything really, really great. I didn't say that right. What I meant to say, unless it's something I really want to keep talking about, like keep going over information or something, just so people can tune in. 'Cause I noticed like when it's longer, a lot of times people like they browsing through, so they don't really get to see or listen to the information a lot of times because it's like, oh, this video too long. So they'll be skipping, they be done skip past something good. So I try to keep it as short as possible. I don't think those long, long bills are very great
and just know
when
that
it
the
comes
right
to
people
having
at
a
the right
person's
time is
attention.
gonna right, and at the right time, the right people is gonna see. So you put that out there, and you let, you know what I'm saying, you let the chips fall as they may.
That's right, like they always do, and they always fall in place for me. I don't worry about
That
nobody or
way.
nothing. Trust that. Uh, yes, Chief. Thanks for coming up, babe. It has
All
been a
right.
pleasure. Yeah, I'm gonna play. I think I'm gonna did I turn the Bluetooth off? I did. I was gonna play y'all song if I got out of here. But that's all right. Oh, I am. Hold on. Let me play. Greedy made some beats for me. I asked him to play it. I'll play one of the beats he played for me. Y'all can hear one of them. I haven't listened to any of them yet. I came in, got right up on here, and Let's see. Let me play one. See if y'all. Let me know if you can hear it, brother. Because I'm gonna play it real quick.
Okay.
Mute your mic, brother. It's a lot of. If you guys can hear it, put a one in the chat for me. Anybody? You hear it? Okay. Please, peace, 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 blessings, and love to all my chat and everybody else, whoever may listen to this later. I really appreciate you guys for taking your time to even hear what I have to say. I'm no more important than anybody else. Nothing I have to say is no more important than anybody else. But if you took time to listen to me out of your day, you are so appreciated because obviously I thought about you and I wanted to get some information out to you. And if I have done so, I have done my job for today. So I'm good to go. All right, guys. After this finishes, I will be out. I want to thank everybody for coming up. Ninja, appreciate you, bro. You already know you always got some wisdom. We got some words, to spin on the subject, and it was appreciated. Shout out to Greedy Vegan. He play beats on his page as well. If you are subscribed to him, guys, go on over there to subscribe to Greedy Vegan. They have a lot of open bills over there. A lot of those same guys don't be talking. They love to talk. But a lot of times it's a lot of good information, a lot of intelligent brothers. I have to say that. And they'll make sure that you know it as well. So make sure you don't miss out on too much. But he be throwing down on the beats, so make sure y'all get over there and listen to the brother with his beats because he goes in. He got a nice flow with this stuff, and he's good with his information as well. I was just being funny about certain people. I gotta crack a joke here and there, guys. It wouldn't be me, like for real. Yeah. All right, Greedy Vegan. The first one I listened to, that sound like that's the one. I gotta hear the rest. Make sure you guys are tuned in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time to Sistar Soul on the main radio live. I will have a guest star from TV. He's going to be bringing some enlightening information when it comes to the spiritual aspect and the connection to certain realms with the Larry Hoover. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will talk with you guys tomorrow.